Yeah. All right. What a rocking tune that was. Buenos dias. Good morning. Swati Kop here from Bangkok. Uh, yeah. Another day. Another day of wonderful, wonderful, wonderful paradise here. I guess you can call Bangkok paradise. Thailand. You could just say Thailand. That's fine. Today on the show, I'm starting to call it a show now. We've got the wonderful, as always, Mr. Soy Doggy Cowboy. We've got Mr. Pattya Bob, who will be coming in a little while as soon as he gets some technical difficulties. That is his failure to remember to charge what he needed to charge. He'll be on live from Pattya. And we have a very special guest today. And that special guest is Mr. Bum Gun Chuck. If you remember, if if you remember the video I did from Bangladesh with Mr. now to be known as Bum Gun Chuck, um, you know that Bum Gun Chuck has traveled all over the world. He's been to more countries than I have been, probably 3 times as many, something like 140 or something like that. And yet he has never used a bum gun on his nether regions, nor has he used his hand. So, that's pretty prolific. And thus he is forever known as Bum Gun Chuck. Now, today here in Bangkok, the weather is, it's okay. It's not fantastic like it has been in the last week or so. 82 degrees Fahrenheit. 10% chance of rain, which seems to be the standard at this point, but 81% humidity, feels like 91 degrees, and winds east-southeast 5 miles an hour. Visibility is up to a whopping 1.5 miles. If you remember yesterday, it was something like 875 yards, so it was absolute shit. The UV index is 1. The $1 US is 29.97 baht. I want it to creep over that 30 mark. It'd like to be, for me, 31 is great because then you know you're going to get right around 30. And that way makes it very easy. By the time you get your money, they always take a look. Everybody's got to get their cut, The air quality is shit as always. It's although today it is not as bad as it has been. It's 106, unhealthy for sensitive groups. Well, I'm a sensitive individual. I am, and thus, the air quality is not very good. That's one thing here. The air quality, I always complain about it. Air quality, traffic. That's about really my biggest gripes here. Everything else is peachy. But anyway, we got these guys coming on. But I wanted to talk about a few things real quick. First of all, what we're going to be talking about today is just this vaccine and how Thailand is considering opening up once the vaccines start. Once people start becoming vaccinated in mass, they plan on opening up. They want to open up. At least the tourism authority is asking that they open up. Whether this happens or not, we don't know. But the Bum Gun Chuck, he knows quite a bit about this. He has connections. He has friends that are knowledgeable in this arena. And what else do we got to talk about here? Police in Bangkok arrest 3 people for allegedly selling cannabis cookies. All right, so the only reason I'm bringing that up is because, everybody thinks that now cannabis is illegal in Thailand. It's not quite yet. Maybe in the near future, but not quite yet. The other thing is that in December of last year, that's a month ago, only 6,556 visitors arrived in Thailand, compared to 3.95 million in December 2019. I'm always saying I don't think it's going to happen. Don't think it's going to happen. Don't things are going to happen. I don't mean to sound negative, but for the most part, I don't think things will happen along the timelines that some optimistic people believe in. I sure hope I'm wrong, and I do hope that, say, the government had said by October 1st they hope to be open. I hope that's true, because that would make life a lot easier for everybody. I think people be dancing in the streets, honestly. And, we'll see what happens. So, all in good time. I see that Bum Gun Chuck and Soy Dog Cowboy are both now in the green room. I've got my coffee here, and, I've got some very good coffee here today. Lavazza. No, they don't sponsor me. Lavazza, hit me up. I like your coffee, especially this stuff. And Starbucks, you need to hit me up too, big time, because I've done wonders for you. Why go to Starbucks when you can bring Starbucks to right to your home? Here you go, Starbucks, baby. Not with their coffee. I don't have Starbucks coffee, but I like this Lavazza. My kid gave it to me as a gift. Yeah, that's the ticket. My kid gave me a bunch of Lavazza for for Christmas. Yeah. What else here? Let me see here. All kinds of stuff going on here. COVID returns global air traffic to 1999 levels. The fallout from the pandemic has wiped out 21 years of global airline passenger traffic growth in a matter of months, reducing traffic this year to levels last seen in 1999, according to a recent report by Cirium. We'll just call it Cirium. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. In comparison to last year, passenger traffic is estimated to be down 67% in 2020 due to global travel restrictions implemented to curb COVID-19, showed the aviation data firm's Airline Insights Review 2020. Okay. I don't know how well that reads, but significantly dropped to just 13,600 passenger flights compared to the year's busiest day on January 3rd, when it was 95,000 scheduled passenger flights. That's an extraordinary 86% reduction in flights. Some of this is going to be good for the world, for the earth, for the planet, for the oceans and all that kind of stuff. I think the Pattya waters probably don't have as much shit floating around in them, which is, always good. You don't want to be swimming in feces. There's probably a lot less there now. But anyway, let's just bring on our guest right now, because I know people don't want to hear me jabber all the time. I see Bum Gun Chuck. I don't know if he's laying down. He's trying to put his sexy look on. I don't know. What happened here? I don't know. I got my little thing on the background here. By the way, I do have the let's just get rid of that background right there. I do have the
I like that background.
I don't want that. I like this background, but you see, I got words, I got verbiage on the left. I don't like that, so I'll have to. I'm just working on things. I just paid for it this morning. So give me a minute to get everything straight here. I like that way. Let's bring on Bum Gun Chuck. Are you going to lay down, Chuck, or are you sitting up? I can't even hear him.
Hey, Long Lawrence. Hey, Jared. Hey, Walter.
Can we hear you now?
I can hear you.
All right. What are you doing? You're like laying down on your bed or something? What are you sleeping?
Yeah.
This is the one and only Bum Gun Chuck.
Mr. Chuck.
Thousands and thousands and millions of people will be seeing you on this streamcast, live broadcast, whatever you want to call it, live radio broadcast, YouTube stream. Chucky's a radio guy, former radio guy, and
face for radio, huh?
he is also the guy who I traveled to Nepal with. And Chucky almost got into a brawl with some guy who was telling him not to take photos.
Mm.
You're the one that almost escalated it into a brawl. He just told me not to do it, and you yelled at him.
Well,
the guy was an asshole. What can I say? He was, and you know that, Chuck. He was a
Yeah.
He was aggressive. He was an asshole, that guy. I was going to take a picture of a little guy. I don't know. What do you call those guys? Do you
monk?
remember?
Kind of a
No,
monk.
he wasn't a monk. Jesus, you know less than I do. He wasn't a monk. He was one of those
Some kind
guys
of religious figure
with the long, weird white beards. Not God, but he had the orange smock on, and he's sitting there. And there's a sign that says, "You want to take a picture? Can you please donate a few, rupees or whatever it is there?" And I'm like, okay. So I put in the money. I start taking his photo. I start walking away, and this guy runs up to me and gets in my face and starts yelling at me, telling me I'm not allowed to take his picture and blah, blah. And I told him to get the fuck out of my face. And he still didn't want to get out of my face.
They didn't know each other. They didn't know each other.
No, they didn't know each other. This guy was just being an asshole because he wanted to be an asshole. And so Chucky ran up, saved my life, and said, "You get out of his face." No, that's not how it happened. But he is also the guy who I went to Bangladesh with. What a grand time we had there.
That was a really amazing trip.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Way better than I ever could have imagined.
But I found out something from, we'll call him Chuck for now, and that is that out of how many countries have you been to now? Because I know you count.
100.
You're one of those guys.
101.
Nice.
Yeah, Bangladesh was number 101.
So now I think I've been to something like 45 or somewhere around there. But he's been to 101 countries. He's been to many countries where wiping is not the norm. That's a good way to put it? Yeah. So what I found out, and if you watch that video, you can find it somewhere on my channel, is that out of all those countries he's been to, he has never used his hand to wipe his nether regions, his region down yonder. And he has never used the water spray, what is affectionately known in Thailand as the bum gun. He has not used the spray hose, the bum gun. He has never used the bum gun. And what did you think the bum gun was to be used for originally?
I thought it was to clean the bathroom. I didn't even know until you talked about it.
Actually, that's what I originally thought it was for.
You thought it was for the maid?
Yeah.
He thought it was for the maid.
For 20 years. 18 years. I've been thinking, oh, wow. I've even told people it's really cool. They have this thing you can clean the whole bathroom inside every bathroom. It's like a water gun to clean the bathroom.
Leave it to an American in Bangkok to school you on poo and the ways of poo.
I mean, how is it possible if you didn't use a bum gun and you never used toilet paper?
No, he used toilet paper. He never used his hands.
Well, who uses their hand?
You've never used your hand?
No.
What do you do when you've never been on a squat toilet?
No.
There you go. Another big surprise. The soy dog has never used a squat toilet.
I won't use them. I'll hold it in.
I peed in it, but I've never been in a position where I didn't have toilet paper ever.
Yeah, even a squat toilet. There's no toilet paper?
They do, but it's not to wipe your ass and put it into, the toilet. Basically, it's to use after you have used the water or the spray gun, the bucket.
Okay.
There's a bucket. That's why there's a big tank next to it, or a little tank. And you dip the little water thing in with your, say your right hand. Because most people shake with their right hand. You pour it down your backside, and then you wash away the bulk, and then you get another scoop or a couple scoops, and you use your hand to clean the undercarriage, and then you wash your hands. That's the way it's done in many, many countries. And you dry your butt with the toilet paper.
Sounds like those countries have a corner of the market on dysentery.
No, I mean, I know everybody thinks it's disgusting. I mean, listen, I prefer not to use my hand, obviously. I like the bum gun with a high, like Dre is saying, let me start putting these things up here. He's saying, it sucks when there's not enough pressure. Yes, that does suck. because then obviously you're wondering, did I get it all? But if there's plenty of pressure, I mean, like in that hotel that we stayed in, at least in my room, there was plenty of power. I mean, I could shoot that spray across the room. So there's plenty of power to get everything, remove everything.
So Scott, tell me how to do it. Give me a tutorial. Where do you spray up or down or to it, or where do you spray? Where does the water go? Like, so you don't get it on your pants, so you don't get it on the floor. I don't know. What do you do? Like, imagine, let's do a,
Oh God, here we go again.
Okay.
It's really not that difficult.
Okay.
Hang on a second.
All right, do this with your finger and then show
listen.
everyone where.
This right here is my Manscaped razor because I need to shave my head today, right? Or soon. You know how that goes. Let's say that this is the bum gun and here's the little part that goes up. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You basically put it under the carriage, you spray.
Mm-hmm.
You finagle it around and you move it around. You move it around back and forth. You never spray forward because you don't want anything going on your eggs.
Oh, okay.
Front to back or straight up. And then the water just falls right back down into the toilet. But you don't, for whatever reason, it's not like you do have control over the spray hose and the spraying mechanism. It's when there's not much pressure, then that's when it's a little bit dicey. But you just spray, and then when you're done, there is toilet paper. You just use a little, you dry your butt, and you go on your merry way. Most of the time, I don't even have to dry my butt anymore. I'm good enough at it now. Spray and go, baby. I'm ready to roll. And it's much more hygienic than wiping your ass. Imagine if you have dirt. I can't believe this is the show. I come with bum gun check. I should have known. Imagine you have dirt all on your arm, right? And you get paper and you try smearing it off. That's what you're doing with shit. So instead, you're getting water and spraying it off, and then just kind of pat drying it, or
This is disturbing.
But hey, you know what?
Using the hands is another
where I don't have
method.
toilet paper, so it's good for me to learn. I will try it as soon as I get to Thailand. I'll try it.
It's really not that difficult, and you will find every person that I have ever talked to, once you use the bum gun, you never go back. Because it's just too goddamn filthy to wipe your butt. I mean, really, it is filthy when you think about it. It's nasty. Think about it. You got chicks out there. They go and take a big spicy Thai dump, and then they come over and they're dancing with you. Woo, yeah, baby, I'm horny. Let's go home. And you're like, okay. You plop her down on the bed, and there you are. You still got remnants down there. There's a funk going on. And that's why Thai women tend to be very, very clean. That's one of the reasons. Plus they have that little bottle of that stuff. I forget what it's called. I always forget the name of it. But most of them use that one particular little brand that makes them smell fresh for when they have that not so fresh feeling. Jesus Christ.
But I want to know who taught you how to use the bum gun.
I taught myself, like I've taught everything. Like I've taught myself everything.
Not a lady boy. Lady boy didn't teach you how to do it.
Why would I be into a lady boy?
I didn't say you were in. Maybe you just got.
Why would I have a
free helping hand?
Let me ask you this, Chuck. Why does it have to be a lady boy who taught me? Why would that even come up in the conversation? Do I look like the type of guy who's going to go to a lady boy and go, "Could you please use this thing here and let me watch so I can learn how to do it myself? Would you teach me?" What? I mean, if I was going to do anything, it would be like I'd go to a chick and I'd be like, "Listen, I don't have to take a dump now. I don't want you to take one. But why don't you go over there and make believe like you're going to do it?" That's why I've never done an instructional video for a squat toilet, because just the thought of me, listen, I know in the old days.
It's a good pickup line when you were younger, Hey, I'm in Thailand.
No, I don't think so.
I don't have any
Listen,
toilet paper.
Chuck,
Can you come over to
coming
my
from
place?
you, it doesn't count for anything. I'm sorry. It really doesn't count for anything when you're talking about pickup lines. I'm imagining, what is this? I'm imagining Chuck using the bum gun like the models in Zoolander use the gas pump. I gotta watch that movie again. I haven't watched it in quite some time. Well, how about this, Chuck? You ever used the Japanese toilet?
Not the sprayer. I've sat in the toilet, but I just
Yeah,
used
but
it
they
like a
have
regular.
you push a button and it sprays up.
I didn't use that, no,
Ugh. Dude.
because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know.
Well, why don't you figure it out? You're not the adventurous type. I can tell you that right now.
Well, I travel. I've been to a lot of countries.
That doesn't mean. Listen, I know. Don't get me started on your travels. You go like 3-4 days everywhere, and to you, that's I'm traveling. I'm seeing the world. Yes, you've been to those places, and you do know a little bit about the places, and you try to bone up on what's going on the places or whatever. But when it comes down to knowing the intricacies, like how to use a bum gun, obviously that kind of part hasn't stuck. The squat toilet thing hasn't really stuck. Dry paper is barbaric. That's what I'm seeing here. That's and it's true.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But anyway,
I'll practice when I get to Thailand. I don't have a bum gun here.
Good to know.
I'm
You
in
could
West
easily
Hollywood.
install one if you wanted, or you could, if you really want, or you could get a Japanese toilet. Yeah, the Japanese toilets they are fantastic, and I'm surprised you've never used one.
How does those Japanese toilet? How does it know where your hole is?
Listen, don't you think the Japanese, they planned all that out and plotted it all out?
Yeah, how does
diagrammed it all out and used the computer graphic to figure everything out? You can aim the sprayer, Chuck. If your butthole is over here, let's say that the hole, this is the hole.
Right.
There's the hole. You can if your butthole's over here, you can move the sprayer back and forth on the better ones, and you can just aim it and tilt it.
But how do you do that? How do you see? You can't see it, right?
There's a button, and it has a little diagram right next to it. It tells you move the sprayer forward, move the sprayer back.
Oh, so you have to turn on the water to see where it's hitting, and then you just move it while it's running.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's not like you're not spraying like out of a fire hose,
right?
I mean, believe me, listen.
I like the ones that come out like a fire hose.
Well, I like those too, but I mean, not so. Listen, I will say this, and this is maybe it's a little too much information, but hey, here on this show, we never let that stop us. I will say that there have been times when I've had such a strong force that I've had to go back in the toilet and go again because it's almost like getting an enema. That's how strong some of the bum guns can be. It's more hygienic for your arse, but not hands, because people don't wash their hands. Why is the tip of the bum gun always brown? Hope it's rust. Yeah, well, that's one of the concerns that Chucky had when I did that video and I talked to him about it. He was like, I think there's poo on the... Not if you're not sticking the thing all the way up your ass. I don't use a bum gun out in public unless I absolutely have to.
Right.
I mean, I don't take a shit anywhere but my own toilet unless I absolutely have to.
Hey, remember in school, I lived literally like 3 blocks away from my school. And if I had to do number 2, I'm going home.
Listen, Nicholas told me the same thing. And what he told me was that, he's in a high school, but they also have the junior high school, and they have like the kindergartners and what do you call it, elementary and all that kind of stuff, right? He said that some of the little kids will just go in, take a shit, and they just walk right out. They just leave it there. So he like goes in and he's like, I went in to go take a dump and I see that. And he's like, he's like, I don't want to go back. So he will hold it. That kid will hold it. He's told me, I will hold it until I get home, or until I know there are safe zones. Like if you go to Terminal 21,
yes,
the toilets are also always very good.
And there is always, and I've said a fucking woman in there. The cleaner.
Yeah. But you know what? I don't care about that anymore. Listen, in the mall Bangkok, every time I never take a shit in the mall Bangkok. Maybe once in my whole time here have I had to do that. I'll go in and take a piss, and there's some fucking lady like standing right next to my stall, and I'm like, "You want to fucking see? Here you go.
Yeah,
Take a
always
look at
when
that,
you're
baby."
there. You know, they have to sign it. They have to do it all the time. They get their money based on it. But I was in one right in the avenue in Pattya on the second floor. I'm the only one in there, and there she is. And I'm like, I asked her to wait outside, and she did. Like,
See, I would never do that, and you know why? Because they absolutely do not care. They have no more shit left to give. They don't give
I
a shit.
know, but she did.
I
She
mean,
did.
And you know, that's the thing. One thing that Thailand has done, and
And I
maybe
tipped
you
her.
can tell this
I tipped her.
because of the way that my stream is, but it's made me no longer all that shy about things. You know, it's like there was a day when I used to get naked and I'd go, "Look at this, baby." I'd tell the girls, "Hey, take a look at," you know, whatever girl it was. "Hey, look at this, babe. Come here, baby." You know, I'd be proud. Now I'm no longer proud at all. Like, oh, damn, I don't want to see myself in the mirror. But you know what? I don't give a shit anymore. I'm not shy. It doesn't matter. I'll go take a piss. I'll take a shit. I'd go take a shit right in the... I mean, think about it. You're taking a shit in a stall next to somebody and the guy's farting his brains out.
Yeah, I don't like that either. Like,
I don't like it either. But think about it, in the old days, it used to be a communal shitter. Everybody used to sit there
I
and
still
shit together.
to this day, I'll still cover my ears if someone's in. It make.
Oh my God, I can't hear it. You know.
I can't.
Anyway, let me progress here a little bit. Japanese toilets can blow dry and perfume in addition to washing. That is true. I believe some of them will even spray a little baby powder down there.
Hey, whatever floats your boat, I guess, man. But yeah, I agree.
No itchy backside with the bum gun.
Yeah, the balls.
That's another, because you know, think about it. Sometimes you wipe your butt. And you're like, my butt's still a little bit itchy. Maybe you didn't get it 100%. If you got a little spot there that you didn't get so clean, or it was a little more difficult, you know, you can adjust your ass forward or back on the seat an inch, Chuck. The spray is already in the vicinity. If it's hit your balls, you pick the female icon. There's a button for female and men on some of them.
Oh, okay.
Needed a bum gun when people fought over toilet paper in the stores. That's the thing. Nobody fights over toilet paper in Thailand. We use toilet paper as napkins sometimes. When we run out of, I don't buy napkins. I almost never buy napkins here because they're insanely expensive. I use paper towels, and I get the fucking generic kind, or I get the whatever's on sale, because they're always on sale because people always need them. And so when we run out of those, like now we're out, I need to go get some more. The toilet paper serves as a napkin / paper towel, you know. And we don't. I mean, like I don't have any toilet paper in my bathroom. I never use it. I don't need to. My butt is squeaky clean, man. You know, I know that's too much information, but I like it that way. I don't want to have to worry about walking around going, ugh. You know, gone are the days of skid marks when you come to Thailand. At least they should be. Need a bum gun back when, oh yeah, okay, saw that. Oh my God, I hate that. Dre, listen, I want to tell you, I haven't forgot. I got to put that stuff on the t-shirt and everything, that thing on the t-shirt, get it going. Maybe on a coffee cup. And I got something else to do on there too, but I got a bunch of things to do. Oh, I'm going to make some masks, I guess, an American and Bangkok masks. Anyway, what is this? I took a shit at Maya Mall, Chiang Mai. They had a high-tech toilet in the men's room there. I mean, you know, the only thing that I would say is that you never know who's been sitting there. I mean, you know, listen, if you go into the mall Balcony and take a shit, you pick the wrong toilet. You might have been in one that I actually had my ass down on. So, you know, there it is there. This guy's laughing. All good.
All right. So where are we headed to here? What's going on?
I don't know. Hang on a second here. Dang, I came in on the clean butt discussion. Talk about coming in on the wrong end. We're just talking about the use of the bum gun, Carlos, and the use of the hand versus toilet paper. Maybe I should make a stream about this, you know. I didn't want to make it today, but Let me go on, okay? Because I have to thank everybody, as I always do. This is part of what I have to do, and you can thank Chuck. Chuck, are you still with us, or are you trying to use the bum gun? Trying to use a makeshift bum gun?
I was just trying to use that. I have a squirt gun.
Like a water
A
pistol?
Sonkron water gun.
I'll tell you what you can do, Chuck. If you really get into a bind over there, once you've used it and you decide, I'm going to buy one, but for right now, I got to use something else. And my kids did it back in the U.S. when they went home the last time. Water bottle.
Oh, okay.
Fill her up. Put a little hole in the top. You get a little squeeze. It helps. And then, a lot of times what people do is they do everything they have to do, get it as clean as they can, and then they just go jump in the shower and go take a shower. That's something that helps. But let me finish here because I got to get going because I don't want to get behind here. And we got our guest and we got to talk about things other than shitting because, while this is a lovely conversation, I think there's more to life than purging from your bowels. Anyway, what I was going to say is thank you to all the people who make this stream possible. And you can thank Chucky because Chucky's an ad guy and he's the one who told me to plug everything. So you can blame everything on him if you don't like me doing the little advertisements where I say, get some of my merchandise. You get 15% off. There's a code down below in the description. Use the code Orwell and you get 15% off for a limited time. What else is down there? We got the Amazon shop. We got the PayPal. We got the Cash App. The Cash App where you get $5 back. You give me $5 and then they give you $5. So it's like you didn't even give me anything. But then I get your $5 and then they give me $5 for recommending you. So I get $10. It's a pretty good deal all the way around. What else? I don't know. If you haven't subscribed already, please do subscribe. And if you haven't left a thumbs up yet, please leave a thumbs up or leave a thumbs up later or whenever, whatever you want to do. All right. So we're through that. Thank you. I'm done with that for the time being. Chuck says I should do it every 20 minutes or something like that, but I don't do that normally. Right, Chuck?
Mm-hmm.
He's still in a fog from this bum gun stuff. Let's get to the messages real quick and get through these. And then we're going to start talking about some other things. The toilets in Chicago International Airport have automatic seat paper dispensers. Yeah. Bum gun is actually much cleaner, of course, definitely. And once you come back to toilet paper, you're going to be like, oh my God, what am I doing? 5-star. Thank you very much. Nerf Power Buster. Wet wipes. Yeah, they are the way to go. Wet wipes come in handy. And actually, just to end on this note, to end this little, what's it called? This segment. Thank you. To end this segment, wet wipes were a godsend to me in Hong Kong when I was taking photos in the middle of a tear gas episode by the police. They were shooting tear gas through the streets. There's tear gas everywhere. I didn't have my mask yet. I didn't have the gas mask yet. I just got there. And I started coughing, and I coughed so hard I sharted.
Oh, yeah.
And I was right underneath like an overpass, and there just happened to be a big garbage can there. So I reached in, got my wet wipes, took a look around. There was nobody looking. Got underneath the little overpass, the stairs. Got underneath, reached back, did a little wipe, threw it in the garbage, wiped my hands with another wet wipe, got out of town. And that was while I was streaming. And nobody even knew until I told them. So the power of the wet wipe and the bum gun, never underestimate them. That's another great tip from an American in Bangkok. There you go. Yeah. All right. So now what we want to talk about is, Thailand is supposedly going to warmly welcome inoculated travelers. Now, they say this, however, this is coming from the president of the Tourism Council of Thailand, Mr. Chamnan Sirsawat. Okay? They have a campaign. They're planning a campaign, the Thai government, the Thai Tourism Council of Thailand, rather. And it's called Welcome Back to Thailand Again. And Thai travel operators have started talking with agencies in potential markets such as China.
Indeed,
wonderful.
Thai.
To restart destination marketing and prepare for future trips. More than 1 billion people across the world are expected to be vaccinated by the end of June 2021, which could bring about a return in travel demand. If the campaign proves successful, it could save up to 400,000 hotel jobs and 400,000 in related businesses across Thailand. In 2020, 6.9 million foreigners traveled to Thailand, down from 40 million in 2019. It is predicted that Thailand will only see 10 million footfalls this year. Soy Dad Cowboy, your take.
My take is that they said this was for October, this coming October?
That's what they said. That's when they originally said they were going to reopen. They said this a couple of weeks ago, and I talked about it then.
Well,
October 1st, and I was very leery. I put up a poll that asked people, and it said yes. The majority of people said that yes, they thought they would open, but there would be too many restrictions. So now, because of the vaccine and the slightly different attitude from the Thai government, or at least seemingly different,
I think I understand.
People are starting to change their outlook.
I understand. The government itself, and this is true of every government, frankly, it's not just Thailand, has this dual pressure. On the one hand, you have an industry that is very important to the country and to millions of people who rely on it. And on the other hand, you have the pressure of the people who don't rely on tourism, and they're afraid of letting anyone in because, they don't want their numbers to increase. My gut is that by October, they will let people in without quarantine if you are inoculated. And I think they will do that by countries that have successfully inoculated the bulk of the population. For example, obviously, the biggest one here in the United States, supposedly everyone who wants to get vaccinated, people like myself and younger, people in their 20s, 30s, 40s, who are last on the list, should be able to get inoculated by mid-May. That's what they're shooting for. There'll be more vaccine available by then and distributed correctly, and maybe, God willing, Johnson & Johnson's one-shot vaccine is also out in the market. So let's say mid-May that happens. Israel is number one in the world right now. So, and they actually have a lot of tourists that come to Thailand. So countries like that here, any of the countries that, Japan, Korea, and certainly China, with their own vaccine.
No Chinese allowed.
Believe me. I mean, I sent you that video. The old one. That's another discussion. But
yeah, I know.
I think that for that timeline, based on the need to get revenue coming into the country, and the availability of the vaccine, which, knock wood, is on that track by mid-May. By the time October rolls around, we get into the country. There is one little twist, which I just read today, which is that they kind of believe that obviously come the fall, they might be even a new strain again, and we'll have to see if this vaccine is effective, on the constantly evolving strains that are happening. Apparently, there's one in South Africa right now.
Yes, indeed.
That's the third one now of a new strain. So
who knows? I don't think we even really know. I mean,
I agree with that. So that's why they're saying, listen, this thing sounds like something that evolves. And if it does evolve, hopefully the vaccine, which really helps the immune system on the core of a coronavirus, can be effective in all the different strains, but we'll see. So that could be the twist. But the end is, I do think that timeline is realistic for letting tourists in.
Okay. Bumgunchak, I know you're very comfortable there. He's laying there giving everybody the come hither look, but but inquiring minds want to know, Bumgunchak, your take.
Well, I think countries have a tendency to copy each other. So a lot of what is going to happen in Thailand is kind of a consensus of what many other countries will be willing to do. And, so as each, like, what's that country, small little country, Seychelles or something like that?
Oh, Seychelles, yeah.
Yeah. They're accepting people that have a vaccination card. So as more and more countries do that, then, I don't think Thailand is going to be the leader on that, but I don't think Thailand is going to be as slow as North Korea. And
well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm wondering how it's all going to go down. That's my thing. I'm just wondering because there are all these different strains. Supposedly, one vaccine is never going to fit all. It's kind of like the flu. There are different strains of the flu. So, what's going to happen? What I was saying was that I think what Thailand should do, or the country should do, is they start. Let's say that let's say that Malaysia has been inoculated. There's a large population. A large percentage of the population has been inoculated, and so Thailand's saying Malaysians can come in now. What they do is they allow a test group of 300, I don't know, 500, whatever it may be, 100. They let them come in for, say, a month, and they see what happens. And if they see the numbers rise, then they say, that's not good. The numbers are rising. We believe it. It's come from, we've been able to find out. We've traced it. It comes from, 47 of the Malaysians that came in. They still have a problem. And then they say, okay, we can't do this. We're going to have to try something else. Or nothing happens. They don't see any increase, and they go, all right, let's go. Now we're opening up. But I think they're going to have to do some kind of a test group for a short period of time. And I'm saying a month. That's my guesstimate.
Yeah, I think they should be testing, and I think they should be letting more people in that are willing to quarantine without going through many steps to get a visa.
Nobody wants to go through all that. I mean, the only people that want to go through it are the people who really, really want to be here. And more importantly, the only people who really want to pay to be in a quarantine are those people who either have money to burn or they really, really want to be here, and they're not going to go anywhere for a while. Nobody wants to come in and spend $5,000 to come in, spend 2 weeks in the country, and then maybe they've only got 10 days left on their holiday because that's all the time they can get off from work or something. And they're going to be here for 10 days. They don't want to go through that.
In my opinion, all government's bottom line should be, as long as people are safe, we should let as many come as possible.
I think you're right. And
all those other things you have to get the visa, most of those things don't impact safety. Quarantining is safe. You're stuck
I understand that, but it's when they go, they're going to have to go out.
They should let people stay for a year with no visa. They should let me stay for a year with no visa. No visa required. Just have to quarantine. Just book the hotel, the quarantine hotel. Go check in. After 2 weeks, I leave, and I.
Well, they already have that special. What is it? Special. What's the
tourist visa? STV. Yeah. But you still have to jump through hoops to get it. What I think it could be, and I agree, would be great. Obviously, is with the visa on arrival program is what you're talking about, but really just extend
for a longer period of time.
Yeah, which is like I come in.
Eliminate the the hoops that you have to jump through, except for the one that relates to safety, and that's quarantining and taking a COVID test.
Yeah,
You know,
but
my friend is epidemiologist. He's famous in Thailand. He's an epidemiologist, doctor, and infectious diseases, and he's on Thai TV all the time. And he's meeting with the prime minister, but he doesn't work with the he doesn't work for the government. He's for like luxury hospitals, and so he's told me a lot of things that are going on. He just says that they're really scared. And also I've asked him many times, and he says he doesn't know that himself and his peers, they don't know why Thailand's doing so well, and it freaks them out. They just don't get it. Like, they can't figure it out, and the government won't spend any money to research why the hell do we stay stuck in this limbo where it's not turning into a full-on community spread like Japan and Italy, but yet it's not as low as Taiwan. It never jumps over the fence and turns into something horrible. And the death rate is lower too. So he said, I just don't have any fucking idea. He said,
yeah, but you know what, Chuck? People have been talking about this from the beginning, and part of it, they believe part of it is the proximity that Thais tend to keep from one another. Only friends tend to be close, really close physically. Most people, they don't shake hands, so they're not transmitting germs that way. Thais have been very good for the most part about masks. They don't have a real problem. They're not trying to buck the system and say screw you, just like they did in the Netherlands the other day. They get told to lock down. For the most part, they lock down. They try to do what the government is saying. So maybe that's at least contributes 50% or something like that to what's going on. I don't know. Then there's this other thought where this school of thought where something about the Thai immune system is different, and that this has allowed them to stay a little bit healthier. And the other thing is that I don't know how many people have actually been tested on the whole. I'm sure I can find out very quickly.
Oh, yeah. He says it's way more, and there's no way that they could know everyone.
Yeah, well, they haven't tested to the level of larger countries, even percentage-wise. The level is very small, and thus you're going to have less people testing positive.
Right.
You understand? So if you're only testing 1 million people, that's all that you can possibly have that are positive. If 10,000 of those are positive, you go, wow, we've only got 10,000 people. Yeah, but you got other places they've tested 20 million people. I mean, so that's another factor, and I wonder about that as well. And the other thing that people don't really talk about is, yes, and while it is a dangerous virus, it can kill people, blah blah blah. The percentage of people who are just fine, they get better, is so high that you have people out there that they're not gonna test, they haven't tested, and they already got the virus, and they're fine, and now they just thought, oh, I had a little cold or something. Like my buddy, he said, it's just like I had a head cold, So,
well,
warm weather and sunshine,
and nobody died. Only one was hospitalized, and he was 32.
And
he
what is this? Bullshit. They did some proactive testing just recently. Yeah, well, they haven't been proactive in the past, extremely proactive, like in some places, like say what was it, Taiwan? Just recently, almost 1,000 tested a day. That was just one area. Yeah, but that was the area where the virus had spread immediately from the migrants who were there. So that's the question, as Bruce is saying, is how many people really are sick? Do we even know?
Right. Well, he thinks he doesn't know, and he all of his friends think that they don't know, and they feel like they're just on borrowed time, and they don't know, like, why the hell can we not? Why can't it get really bad? And we're a huge hub, and those Chinese tourists were coming here in the beginning, and they just don't understand, and they would need to do a lot of research.
Yeah, but the problem is that it takes a lot of time to do all the research, and by the time they get the research done, it's not going to really matter.
Well, it's going to matter for future.
I mean, it'll matter, but it's not going to do anything for our immediate needs right now. By that time, we'll have those taken care of. That's why I don't think the Thai government is like looking to piss away a bunch of money, and that's how they may feel it is. We may do this test, and for what? It's all for naught,
Right. Oh, yeah, that's true. And he's not really complaining. I just ask him a question, and he just says that, they just don't understand why. And also, too, the people from like internationally that he talks to that are epidemiologists, they don't understand why either. Like they think, why are countries, it's so extremely easy to spread, and others it's not.
This is what I've been saying for quite some time. It's that the honest answer is we can't possibly know everything. And even the very best scientists with the best of intentions, they still might not know everything about this. And that's the thing. We want some definitive, it's this, we're done, we've cured it. Or as, the old lady Pelosi says, we're going to crush the virus for the children. No, it's not that simple. You might crush the virus and it's going to come back with a big fuck you, Nancy. And then the next thing you know, you got another wave or you got another strain. And what they're saying now is that something about closing down all of Africa. That's something that people are saying. Why don't they close down the whole continent and not let people leave Africa? Because you might get that new strain, but I don't think that's going to happen. So, I mean, there's always going to be new strains and evolving strains. At least that's the way I look at it. Because just like the flu, just like a cold, you may have one cold and you feel one way. You have another cold and you feel a little bit differently. They're not all the same. So, yeah, we don't know. What is this here? By the way, Pattya Bob is joining us soon. He's on the road right now to the coffee shop where there is a wonderful view, and he'll be joining us momentarily. What's scarier, knowing that we're alone in the universe or knowing that we aren't? I really don't give a fuck, to be honest. I know that I'm here in my own little bubble, which is I'm very safe and happy in my own little bubble. And if I have to go outside to the outside world, then I take precautions. And what's in the universe? If they're out there and they want to come get us and we can't do anything about it, what's it matter? What are we going to do about it then? What am I going to do? I'm going to come up with the stun gun with the new bum gun for aliens.
By the way, I didn't know you were calling me Bum Gun Chuck.
He hasn't known the whole time, and yet he watches the channel.
I thought
he's been watching for years. He didn't even know it was him. He's like, "Who's Bum Gun Chuck?" I'm like, "That's you, buddy." Oh God, we got nicknames for everybody now. But it's said with affection, Chuck. What are you doing? Why don't you just sit still?
I had no idea what a bum gun was. No Thai person ever taught me that at all.
And
nothing.
No Thai person will probably ever use that phrase unless they've been to somewhere else. I don't know,
But they never brought it up. I thought it was for the maid.
How many people
in the bathroom? And I thought, wow, this is so smart.
In the course of everyday conversation, Chuck. How many Thais are bringing up how to clean your asshole?
It's only you.
I didn't bring this up. Your nickname precludes you. There's no fair comparison.
You gave me the nickname.
At the same levels, et cetera, et cetera. Exactly, Longhorns. That's what I'm saying. What did you say, Chuck? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to talk over you, but
you gave me the nickname. Was
it me?
Yeah.
I don't know if it was me, to be honest.
No, I've never had any discussion about this with anyone in my whole life except for you.
So basically, you lost your cherry. We like to be in control.
It was a chocolate cherry.
We like to be in control, and it's frustrating when we are not. That is the problem with this horrible situation. CDC's new metric, PIC, pneumonia, influenza, and COVID. Why? I don't know why. Where's that? I just saw that. I missed it. What happened? Bruce, here we go. Bum gun for Klingons circling your anus. That's a good one. I do love that. CDC. I got COVID beginning of January, just small headache, but then pneumonia, chest got tight, couldn't breathe. 5 days in hospital. It needs to be more thumbs up. I hadn't even looked until you said anything. But yeah, I'd appreciate the thumbs up. Listen, this shit, and I say this all the time, and I get tired of it. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. You don't have to click the notification button if you don't want to. That's up to you. You don't have to. But Jesus Christ, what is this shit? 19 thumbs up, 19 thumbs down? Listen, whatever. I'll take the thumbs down. I really don't care. It doesn't really matter. But please click the thumbs up. Please subscribe. And, listen, if you want, there's an option in the down below where it says join. For $1.99 a month, you become a member of this channel, and it helps me. To go and do things. And many people in here already have contributed in many, many ways. And I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about a lot of the other people who I get all these messages all the time. I've been following you for 5 years. Yeah, but you haven't said a goddamn thing. Look at that. Now I got an extra 6. Some guys he's sitting around with 20 fucking tabs open, clicking thumbs down. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but it doesn't matter because you know what? You're getting me paid by YouTube. You get me paid by clicking thumbs down. I don't know if you know that. It just helps the algorithm all the way around. So thank you. I do appreciate it. But thumbs up are better than thumbs down, but whatever. It's all green in the end.
You get a penny for a thumbs up and 2 pennies for a thumbs down?
It doesn't work that way.
I'm
Chop,
just joking.
what are you doing?
Huh?
Are you on the bum gun?
No. I went to make a coffee.
You're looking at the roof here. You're on a widely syndicated, multi-million viewer show, and you're showing your ceiling.
I thought I was in the green room. Sorry.
You're not in the green room now. You're live, baby.
Oh, okay. Look. I was making a coffee. See.
I figured this.
My coffee machine.
Shit.
Yeah.
Where is Mr. Bum Gun?
There he is, right there.
No, I mean living. Is he in the States or is he in Thailand right now?
Do tell.
I'm in West Hollywood, California.
There you go.
What happened? You moved to Vegas.
I sold the stock I wanted to sell, and I saved the money on the tax, and I don't need to live there anymore.
Wow, that must have been a hell of a sale if you did that.
Yeah, I moved away and bought a condo just to sell a bunch of stock.
Mm.
Yeah, I saved a huge amount of money.
So yeah, I mean that's a lot of money. Then obviously, if you you could have rented a place though there. I should have rented. That was stupid. But the condo, I got it for $96,000. Oh yeah.
Okay, hang on a second. Hang on, guys. Hang on.
On a golf course.
Hang on. Why are the thumbs down givers watching? Oh, geez. I hope you're doing better, Mike. Okay, that's nice. Here we go. I will tell you why. They are combining diseases and mislabeling it COVID, bolstered by PCR false positives. PCR cannot detect infection. I don't even know what you're talking about now, Daniel. I can't keep up with all this shit. Flexing with the coffee machine. Chucky's flexing. Yeah. The show about poo. No, it's not about poo. Ye will never live down that nickname. No, you won't. You will forever. You'll be known as Bumgun Chuck. And I love the name. I think it's great. Bumgun Scott doesn't have quite the same ring as Bumgun Chuck.
Well, Thai people call me Chuck Wow.
Yeah. We're not going to go there. Finally, someone who understands the agenda. Yeah, everybody knows the fucking agenda. Everybody seems to know the agenda. They know what's really going on with the government and all these conspiracy kind of theories. Listen, they're theories, and I'm not saying that that I don't believe in some of them. I don't believe it could happen. Blah blah blah. And here we go. Here's another guy. This guy's a real fucking winner. See you later, pal. Let's see here. Say goodbye. You're gone. Would have rather stayed in Vegas. Sounds nice. I understand, Daniel. I don't understand what he's talking about. You know that PCR cannot detect infection. How do you know that? You are an epidemiologist. You're a doctor. How do you know this? I'm curious to know. Anybody? Can the PCR? I thought the PCR was supposed to detect the antibodies.
I don't know. I'm not an epidemiologist.
Well, maybe you should ask your friend. Maybe you could ask your friend that and let me know. That would be good, actually. There he is. He's in his car, actually. Hang on a second, and I'll put him on there. Hang on there, Mr. Pattya Bob. Are you getting out, or what are you going to do? Hang on here. Googleologist. Yeah, I like that. Hang on. Look, the link I sent. I don't see any link. You're not going to be able to send a link through here. Why the test cannot be used to okay. Hundreds of hours of studies. Okay. So, okay. That's all I'm going to say. Why you care? He does. I don't know what the hell. I don't know what you guys are talking about at this point now. You got me fucking. I'm in a circle. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Listen, all we can do is talk about what they've given us right now, the information. And yes, you can study on your own and you can do research on your own, but that doesn't make you somebody who's in the know. It does make you someone who's more knowledgeable. And I don't doubt you, Daniel Clint. And I wouldn't put it past the government or anybody to do whatever they need to do to make things sound better to the public, to not cause mass hysteria. I don't put anything past the government. I don't trust the government, blah, blah, blah. But I don't want to engage in conspiracy theories. All right, let me just continue here because we got Pattya Bob at our disposal. I'll be bringing him on in just a second. He's trying to get his gimbal worked out here. He's driving right now. All right, so here we go. PCR detects whatever DNA or RNA you are using as a comparison. Okay. Let's see here. What is this? I need a coffee. All right, hang on. Search the PSD test inventor. Okay. All right. Whatever. All right. Let me add. I'm gonna. There you are, buddy. How you doing?
I found an open Starbucks. Good, thanks.
Yeah. So where are we off to today? Are we off to Golden Coffee or Southern Coffee or whatever it's called?
Well, we could do that. I got to figure out a way to switch the camera here.
You tell me. You're the driver of the car. I simply am the driver of the dream.
Well, let me switch
We're in
cameras
Pattya.
to the front side.
We're in beautiful Pattya, Thailand right now. With our roving reporter in Pattya, Pattya Bob. He's not Bumgun Bob. That's Bumgun Chuck, reserved. This is General Bumgun Chuck, and we've got Pattya Bob in, there we are. We're right down there on Beach Road. Yes? Here we are. Beautiful. Let's see here. Beautiful.
I was originally going to go to the Starbucks where we hang out at.
No, but I thought you were going to go to, what is it? You were going to go to Hungry Hippo or Southern, what is it? Southern Gold or Southern Coffee? The one I went to in Siam Paragon the other day.
The Southern Coffee on Soy 6 is so dark, and that street is so bleak. I just didn't want to go there. But I mean, I went by there this morning. It was totally bleak. I mean, there's nobody there.
Well, so now we are fortunate enough to have Bob here driving around showing us what Thailand is like here at 10:11 in the morning.
This is cool, Bob. Thank you.
Yeah, it is.
It's really sad, though, too.
Yes, I know, isn't it? I would be there right now. Ah, the base, and I'll pass.
What is that?
Well, there's a truck in front of me with one of those speakers.
Oh, yeah, there he is. They're everywhere.
They are.
Where else can you get this level of
Everywhere.
entertainment and information? I don't know. You tell me.
Can't get live information like this anywhere.
No. We're lucky to have a roving reporter in Pattya. I'm your roving reporter in Bangkok, I guess. We've got one in Florida there, although he's not roving. We got Bum Gun Chuck, who provides a little levity with because he takes his bum gun use or his lack of it. He takes it with a grain of salt. He doesn't get too serious about it, as he shouldn't, because listen, once you take a shit, you're done. You're done. It's over with. It's not all that important. You just get it done, get out the door, right? I mean, just figured out Pattya Bob is the guy in the line chat, different name. Yes. What is this? I wish I was in any lady if I look at this. I don't know what the hell you're trying to say. I think when people write in proper English.
Well, I like to try to figure out what they say. I think what he says is when he sees this,
I got no patience
all he can
for that
think
shit.
about is getting into a Thai girl here.
Okay,
that's what I kind of thought also, but
So we're on Pattya Klang right now, going up towards Big C.
Give the play-by-play. Go ahead.
Yeah, heading up to Big C, and on the right-hand side will be the beginning of Soi Buah Khao if you make the right turn, which is where...
And that's what I'm doing.
And he's going to make the right onto the beginning of Soi Buah. Now today, what day is it there?
Well, it's the same. Well, yeah, you're right. Today is Wednesday.
Okay.
Wednesday at 10:14 a.m.
Right, because at the end, it's they don't have the market today, although it's probably closed anyway because of COVID. But at the end of Soi Buah Khao, you'll pass it anyway, and then we'll head. Now on the right, coming up, there's a whole bunch of famous places, of course, coming up. We've got the Aircon Bar, which will be on the left over there, and then that'll be a little bit further down. This is where I get my hair cut, by the way. This is where all the barbers are, most of them.
You use a barber?
Yeah, they just shave it off.
Do you use a barber or a stylist?
A barber. Female, 100 baht.
It's 100 baht?
Yeah.
I just saw that one place down the street from my house went up from 70 baht to 90 baht.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to know if they're still going to give the shave for free. Because they don't charge extra for a shave, or at least
they charge 100 baht for a shave too, so it would wind up being 200.
Yeah, they don't do that in this little area here. There's about 4 or 5 places that I go, and they just include that.
That's
it's a great deal. Listen, I remember when $10 was a good deal for a haircut in the United States. I mean,
Yeah, no. My barber here actually was $10 for a long time, and then they raised it to 15. So. But I do it myself, because I got no hair left. So I just shave it with a, battalion, and then you got soy made in Thailand that'll be coming up over here, I believe. If you won't quite be able to see it, but near Tree Town, before, yes,
you bastard.
It's a shame because Tree Town when I left in February Tree Town when I left in February was doing really well. They had really been creative. They had opened up a lot more beer bars they were crowded. Relatively. I mean, there's some nights obviously it wasn't, but for what was going on there, it was doing all right, and I was impressed. But obviously, the momentum they had. Get it, that's gone.
Chucky, how well do you know Pattya?
A little bit. I've been there quite a few times, but I'm not really into it. I kind of am the same as you are too, feeling about Pattya.
Yeah. Actually, I think that I think that there are people. Well, I mean, Soy Cowboy, you said that you were planning on staying in Bangkok
Yes.
The next time you come.
That's correct. I'm trying to stay in mostly Thai-speaking areas,
Well, that's a good thing for you, yeah.
Yeah, versus, there's just too much English available there, and
Well, the reason is because you're trying to better your language skills, but
correct.
Which is always a plus. If you immerse yourself in it 100%, you don't give yourself the option to speak English, then obviously you learn faster. It's a little bit easier to pick things up, and you pick things up on your own that you might not in an English area like Pattaya. But I guess it depends on where in Bangkok you are. Now, I got to say that Jono is in an area that is just right next to a Thai area. But also, he's in the middle of an English. It's a lot of English is spoken there because there's Japanese, and so he likes it there. And what I was going to say is, for a lot of people, especially when you get a little bit older, if you're not a big drinker, you're not into going out and hanging out in the bars or driving around on the streets, and whatever it is you might want to do, I think Pattya Bob likes to go out and just have a good time. He's not out running around pulling horse from every single beer bar and that kind of thing. But I think once you get a little bit older, if you've got a woman and you're not into the whole bar scene, I think most guys, they stay in their area, they're comfortable there, and maybe like me, I go out once in a great while, I go somewhere else. But for the most part, I'm very comfortable in my area. I know it like the back of my hand, and it's the same thing for Jono, especially for him. And I think for you, Soy Dog Cowboy, you're comfortable down there in Pattaya, and it will take you a little while, but you'll be very comfortable in Bangkok in due time.
I mean, on Nut, is mixed now too. It used to be, obviously more Thai, but it's, it still has a much bigger Thai presence than Farang, and that's a good thing. So, I'm looking at On Nut, but there's another Quang or Huang, is it?
Hua Quang?
Yeah, that's it.
Hua Quang or Hua Quang, I forget.
Something like that.
Hua Quang, I think is what it is.
Yes.
I could be wrong though.
No, I think you're right on that one.
Yeah, but that actually is an area that has seen some growth. But you'll be all right there. I mean, there's plenty of people that are speaking Thai. Just like in Bangkok, if I want, I don't have to speak a word of English. Yeah,
I mean, that's the thing. You're in a good area. Like, those are the things I'm looking at. I'm looking at Bang Na.
Bang Na's a bit far. You can talk to Longhorns about that because he stayed out there. Yeah,
it's far, but it's there's as long as the BTS is there, which there is, the Bang Na station, I'm good with that. Yeah. And the further out, again, the more Thai there is, because it's just the way it is, And
so, Chucky, you're out there by Ari, right? Soy Ari.
No,
I thought you were by Soy Ari. The exit, the BTS.
No, I remember I lived in Saton, so I won.
Yeah. But didn't you used to be out there or something? Or that's where I met you or something. I met you out there a few times.
I met you at I forgot which one.
That was the one on Ratchada. We went to the whatever the name of that place is.
The small mall. Esplanade.
Esplanade.
Yeah, Esplanade.
We met at Esplanade a couple of times. Tom O'Connell, missing Thailand. Already booked hotels. Great deals now, starting end of November. Thank you very much, Tom. Appreciate that. Choke D to you. I'll tell you what, I'm missing like the ability to go somewhere. Like, I'd love right now to get on a train and go somewhere, and I can't do it. And I'm probably not going to be able to do it for another at least 3 to 4 weeks, which kind of sucks. But that's the way it goes.
Why what's changing in 3 to 4
Well,
weeks?
first of all, I don't really want to go at this moment. Things are, while things look to be getting better, I don't want to fly and get stuck somewhere right now.
Right.
And also, I would like to take a train if possible, just because I like doing that. At least one of the ways, one direction. And the trains, they shut down 57 trains, and one of them is the one that goes down the coast there. I think it goes to Suratani. Okay. It goes to like Suratani, and they're all shut down. You can't take them. So, it's a little difficult to get around right now, and I don't want to. I don't want to go. I don't want to go somewhere and like, okay, the only way back is to take a taxi or get somebody to, something like that. I don't want to do that. So, anyway, let me get to some of these messages here. Anute is not bad. Actually, I want to go back to Anute. I was there the other day, or when was it? Yesterday? Was it yesterday? No, it was day before yesterday. When I went on the boat. But I want to spend a little more time walking around Anute. But you know what? I can't do these walk-arounds as often as I used to. I just don't have it in me. It takes a little bit too much out of me. The Mall Esplanade has the night train market right behind. Jono! There he is. What's happening, Mr. Jono? Hey, Holmes. I love that. Holmes! Let's see. What is this here? Don't push it. Yeah, don't push it. Yeah, my hips been bothering me. I've been feeling like, an older guy lately.
How is your hip replacement surgery doing?
Well, for the most part, it's good. But when I go on these long walks, or I go walk for 3-4 hours out in the heat, then my hips start acting up. And my hand has been really bad. My left hand. The other day, I was pushing myself out of bed, and my hand, this side of my hand, the left side of my hand hasn't been good for a long time because I broke it a couple times, and it just collapsed. Because it wasn't holding me up. It collapsed, and then it's been hurting ever since then. So let me read what Jono has to say. Sorry about the influx of Californians coming into Texas. Yeah, that may not be too pretty in the future. Who knows? Hopefully they don't change it to be Cali-Texas or something like that. They don't change things too much.
It happened in Nevada.
Just finished an online music lesson. Well, that probably keeps the one thing is that if you want to, keep out of your own head, you help other people. So, maybe that's why I like to stream, because I don't sit around or go places and start thinking, what am I going to do about this? What am I going to do about that? I don't do that very much because I'm talking to other people. Where are we right now?
That's the back of the avenue.
We're at the avenue.
Oh, that's the back of the avenue. Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, so on the left is Villa Market. He's in the parking lot there. And
all right, now I know where we are, yeah.
But on the other side, the bar, you see upstairs above the bank straight ahead, you could see the canopy there. It's an amazing bar up there. It's outdoors, nice view. It's great. It's a little gem. But I'm sure that's closed, obviously. And you're familiar with Villa Mart over here, which is a fortune. Fucking so expensive. But they have
Villa Market.
Yeah, but they have the Western foods.
I only go there if I really need something. Most of the time, listen, Gourmet Market is not cheap either.
No, they're not. I mean, this is a good example of when we talk about, Thailand is every bit as expensive as, here in the States for a lot of things, if not more. And that's one of them.
Hello, Prachi Verma. Hello. How are you?
You know what drives me crazy? It sounds so stupid. You cannot get an apple pie at McDonald's in Thailand. They only have what?
You can get one at Starbucks now.
Yes, it ain't the same. They have the pineapple one, and they have that corn one or something like that.
Oh, you're talking about the pineapple pies like in 7-Eleven? Yeah, they don't have the apple ones, and they don't have the cherry ones.
Yeah, what's up with that? So the apple pie at McDonald's, somebody said it's because they don't really grow apples in Thailand. But
they do up north because I buy them at Macro every week.
Yeah, well, they don't have the ones there. Let me see. I'm going to look up McDonald's.
I don't know. I don't think either of us need more apple pies there, Soy Dog Cowboy, to be completely honest.
I would agree with you. Away Club.
So listen, Jono, tell the view. You haven't been on in a little while. Tell the viewers how you're doing, what's happening. I was just talking about you and saying how, when you get a little bit older, you don't feel the need to go out of your hood all that often. And when you do, especially now, it takes a bit more energy to, a bit more energy, and it's not always worth it depending on where you're going. There we go. We just passed up the apex. I don't really know. I know where we are, but I don't know exactly the name of everything. I'm not all that up on the Pattya. I just know, hey, I know this area, and that's about it. Food is going up. Food prices are going up. Yeah, I've noticed food prices have gone up. Listen, I used to get milk on special here it's for 79 baht, 2 liters. That's not happening very often at all anymore, and it used to happen all the time. There used to be all kinds of specials. There used to be all kinds of prices that now I see the prices they're up. The only thing is that I bought some peanut butter the other day. That price is the same, and it's the same as it was years ago. So they old easily have the apple pies from McDonald's shipped frozen. Lovely. All right, here's Shano. All is okay. I do think that it is a bit more gloomy here as people are getting more like zombies. Yeah, I think so. And this is the thing. It's just kind of a subtle change, but you can kind of see that. And even my wife, listen, this morning my wife, she has to go to the office. She had to go to the office today. She got up and she was just kind of like dragging at. And I'm like, you really look like you have to go to work. You're going to work, but you damn sure don't want to go to work. And it's not like one of the days where it's like, hey, man, I really wish I didn't have to go to work today. No, it's like another day out. And I've said it. It's like you got to suit up, go out, and it's like you're almost doing battle. Everybody's got their mask and their shield on. And then what really gets me is, I walked by the place yesterday, I think, wherever it was, and I showed it, and everybody in the place had a mask on and a shield on. And, they had the rubber gloves on because they're dealing with food. And I'm like, what's next? We're all going to have to wear bunny suits and enable to enable us to go out? It's fucking ridiculous.
I want to see you in a bunny suit, Scott.
It's not going to happen. Now, I don't know. I guess, in my younger days, if you threw a couple of naked Playboy bunnies and they said all you have to do for us to throw these chicks at you, and you're hanging out in the Playboy Mansion spa with all these naked girls to do whatever you wish. All you have to do is put this bunny suit on. I'd be like, okay, no problem. But nowadays, it's too much of a freaking hassle. Chili peppers. Well, I never worry about the price of chilies because my wife always seems to get them in mass from down in the south or wherever. We have a little plant that grows a couple of chilies. It grows a couple of chilies out in the front of our house. We have a plant that does that. Yeah, Grab delivery is booming. My wife has had, what did we have the other day? Texas chicken delivered. I had, what is it? Bonchon. She had that. I think she picked that up, though. What was the Coco Ichiban? I had that delivered the other day. Now, it's more like, hey, listen, what are we going to get? Because, I don't want to eat McDonald's and all that kind of shit. I'd rather just cook my own garbage, or good stuff, whatever I cook. Let's see. Let's not forget about Pattya Bob here, because he's out on the road.
I'm going to go to one of 2 coffee shops. One of them has a view of the beach. I'll probably pick that instead.
Okay. Well, that's good.
But that way you can get your fix of baristas for the day.
Yeah, nobody wants to see me. Nobody wants to see me. What were we going to say, Chuck?
Pattya Bob, where are the lady boys?
I don't know. I hear you talking about it a lot, so I guess that must be your stated preference. It's definitely not mine, but I think they all hang out at.
No, I'm not into lady boys.
Well, I'm really surprised the way you talk about it. It sounds like a late.
No, I just do it because I know it harasses Scott. So
I don't give a shit about it. Really, I don't care. Jesus, listen, if I did care, Chuck, would I be friends with you, really?
No, I know. I'm just teasing.
You know what I mean? I have nothing. I don't care what sexuality someone wants to be. All that I've ever said about ladyboys is I don't understand it. I completely do not understand it. The whole snip snip thing. That's it. What they do,
Well,
they
all
do.
I gotta say
I'm
is,
pushing you. I
at least
listen. I
here,
felt like you take responsibility for yourself. You be the person you want to be, and that's it. And you don't worry about others. You worry
Well,
about yourself.
actually, Scott, most of the guys that like ladyboys, they don't want it to be cut off. They like chicks with dicks.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Like they like a hung ladyboy. That's like totally.
They're as the great guy from what's his who makes a Family Guy? What's his name? Seth MacFarlane said, there are no chicks with dicks. There are only guys with tits.
No, well, they like them to be guys with tits with still having a dick.
Yeah.
Oh God.
It's
There's
a,
Hey,
only
it's,
guys
hey,
with
Tom.
tits.
Listen,
it's not gay,
Pattya Bob.
Great. It's not
Pattya Bob.
great.
yeah.
Hang on. Pattya Bob. Tom is thanking you for the tour. Tom O'Connell. He's married to a Thai, and he visits here and stays here quite often. And he's stuck right now, waiting for the right time to come back. So I'm sure he appreciates this the view and everything, and as all of us do. So I wanted
Well,
to
I'll tell
tell
you,
you.
there's a Starbucks right here where I'm pulling in,
I know that one.
and yep, this is what we affectionately call the Soy 5 Starbucks.
This is the one that has some. You could sit on the roof.
Oh yeah, I like that
No,
one.
that's the. Oh, you know what? Let me try to see if I can go to that one, because I forgot that one might actually be open. This one is open. This one doesn't have a roof.
Go to that one. That's fine, man. You don't need to go to that one. The other one.
Well, you know,
Wherever. Listen, wherever.
Yeah, to take a little bit
Up
further
to you,
drive.
Pattya Bob.
I can
You know
always
what?
come back.
This has got a Starbucks in front of a Starbucks.
You're talking about the one on Central.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one on Central, the problem there is there's no views once you sit down.
Yes,
I mean,
it's true.
You can't see anything.
We want to view Soy Dog Cowboy. That's what we would like if at all possible. But wherever you want to go, Pattya Bob, you go. Jono says the closing of the naughty nightlife venues in Pattya may be playing right into the plans of them trying to convert the area to a family destination. They are still planning on. They have been planning for quite some time. And they're still talking about that, and they are saying that they're going to upgrade Walking Street at least. So who knows what's going to happen? My rule: 1 dick per room. Yes, that's a good rule.
It's what I said before. That is what they're doing. They're actually closing down some of the shops by taking away their licenses. When they try to renew, they just up the price 10 times.
Yeah. Wow.
So
well, I don't know. I don't really know if I agree with that, but you know, whatever.
It converts the area to what they want, right?
Well, listen. I mean, you know, people know when you say the word. Listen, if you say, "I met the love of my life in Pattya, and we got married," what is the first thing that most guys think?
How romantic!
I'm going to Pattya. What is the first thing people think? And they want to change that.
Where you were talking about with Starbucks, one in front of the other. Here's the outside Starbucks. Hey, it's actually open. Wow. Oh, I can park there, I think.
That doesn't surprise me, one in front of the other, when you got like a Starbucks on the ground floor, a Starbucks on the second floor, and then a Starbucks on the fourth floor in the mall Bunkaby. 3 Starbucks in the mall. It's like they want to make sure that they get as many Starbucks in that mall as possible so you don't forget, you know.
Well, I'll tell you what, since it looks like they're open here, and they do have an upstairs, I'll just park, and then I'll head in.
Bob, we really love your videos. It's making me feel like I'm back in Thailand.
Oh, thank you.
It's really touching.
One day I'll have to just start and go out and make videos and put them onto a channel. But the
Well, I keep
live
telling
ones,
you should do that.
Where are you from,
I
Bob?
know, but originally, believe it or not, I was born in Cuba.
Oh, cool. I've been there. I love it.
Good,
And-
Cubano.
Yep, I
Hola.
was born in Cuba. My parents came across. It was when I was about 18 months old. Then they moved to Chicago. Then they moved to California for like 20 years, 22 years, and then I moved to Las Vegas for 14 years. I owned a casino and stuff over there after I got out of my .com in the U.S. Sold it, bought the casino.
Cool.
And
I've lived in Vegas 2 times.
Vegas wasn't bad. I lived in Henderson, but the properties I had weren't in Henderson. They were definitely in Las Vegas. But it's, if you're not a gambler, it's an okay place to be. If you're a gambler, it's very difficult to live in Vegas.
Yeah, I never have gambled. I think it's really boring. So it's been okay for me. I just really only like living in really crowded cities, like the mega cities of the world. So Vegas for me is too sleepy, and there's not enough Asians there.
The only thing I am missing from Bob's video is the "Hey, handsome man, me go you." I think it's "me go with you." That's the
It's
only
like
thing.
that.
And that's the thing right there. That's not happening very. It's not nearly as much as it was in the past. Nowhere near. I mean, it's already. They've already said that the numbers are like 10% of what they used to be in these tourist areas. So what does that tell you?
You mean
Yep.
the sex businesses?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's down
but
hardcore.
But it's been a long time since those words were directed at me. I thought
And-
they're always directed at me. Anytime a woman says that, I'm like, "Oh, you're talking to me?" No, I'm joking. But yeah, I mean that's one reason why I don't particularly like being down in that area and staying there for a long time because it gets on my nerves after a while.
Oh,
It's like,
damn
hey,
it.
let me push you. You're so handsome.
The mall is closed. It's not open yet.
Oh, they probably don't open until 11 o'clock.
Yeah, 11.
Yeah.
But Starbucks might be open.
Yeah, but I have to find a place to park.
Oh.
So I'm going to have to go around so I can park.
What is this?
They don't make it easy here. You have to go all the way through the parking lot. All
Denver
5
had
levels.
Starbucks on opposite corners of an intersection downtown. Dan, I was in the Starbucks and they had a Starbucks in the men's room. I got a Starbucks right here. But my coffee's finished. I need to get a barista to go make me another one. Except I don't have a barista here.
You don't?
She's out working her second job. She's working her second job. Her first job is to make me coffee. Actually, that's Nicholas. Nicholas makes my coffee just because I think it's a good family tradition. There he is. Richard Gallagher, haven't seen you in quite some time. Thank you very much for the $5. I really appreciate it. Choke D to you. Hope you're hanging in there during this supposed pandemic. I use the word supposed. I'm going to smell this just so that I feel better. Hi, Richard. Hi. Mmm.
Well, now we finally get to go all the way
I
down
can't
again.
smell it.
You can't
I think I got
smell
COVID.
it. You got COVID, man.
That's it. My wife always tells me, smell this. You smell it? Yes. All right, you don't have COVID. I'm like, thanks a lot. Well, it's nice to hear from you, Richard. As always.
Even the parking lot is cool to see.
Well,
Probably
I don't know about
more cool to see the Terminal 21 parking lot where people are
I like
parked
seeing
crosswise.
the console there because it makes it look like he's in an airplane.
Oh, you like my console, do you?
Yeah, well, you know. For
well,
now.
Scott's ridden in the Pimp Mobile before, so.
The Pimp Mobile. Jesus.
Well, hey, if you're gonna live in Petty, you gotta name Name your vehicle.
Yeah, I guess. Bum Gun Chuck, what are you doing?
Mhm.
You drink coffee to stay awake? What time is it in your area there? 7:41 p.m.
Yes.
What is that? What kind of room is that? What is that? You got pins up there on the wall?
Yeah, that's
of
all
the
the places I've traveled to.
Okay, well, you're gonna need to get some yellow pins. And what you're gonna do is every place you go, you'll have a red pin, and then if you use the bum gun, you will use a yellow pin on top of that pin.
Oh, okay.
That's what you have to do. And that way you know. You see?
Yeah, these are all the places I've been to. It's kind of cool, huh?
Yeah, kind of cool. Bum Gun Chuck of Bum Gun Chuck infamy. You are here now. You are hereby now deemed legendary. A brown pin would be better. Yeah, that's actually better. A brown pin. The legendary Bum Gun Chuck, because he thought the bum gun was used to clean the bathroom, used by the maid to clean the bathroom. So from here on, and he's been to, and the thing is, he's been to 101 countries, and yet, haven't you been in a place where there was a squat toilet, Chucky?
Not to take a dump, but take a pee. I just pee.
But so when you take a dump, you're always in a hotel that has a sit-down toilet.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. All right.
Yeah. I've never been one to have urges where I got to go right now, you know.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you something. Okay, thank you for putting us back in the right way there, Pattya Bob. One thing about this stream is it's right at the cutoff point for me. 9 o'clock in the morning. By that time, I've either been on the can to have my morning constitutional, or like several minutes after 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, I'm like, oh, it's about time to have a dump. But when I do the stream, it cuts into that, and then I just have to automatically hold it until later on. It cuts into the it cuts into the my normal
Into your
normal
reading time.
Yeah, my reading time, exactly. But is this all we need for pins is where the girls are? Well, I don't think Chuck he doesn't need to put the pins for where the girls are. I think he needs a blue pin, I think, a light blue pin, not a pink pin.
No, I think a lot of the guys that like me love pink more than blue.
Yeah, but blue is usually, baby blue for like a boy, pink
Right.
for a girl. That's why I was saying that. But you can use
teasing.
whatever color you want. It's all up to you,
I'm teasing you.
No problem. All right, where are we
That's
going
what they
there,
say. Well,
Pattya
in
Bob?
order to park, I got to go all the way around.
Oh, that's
I
one
can't
thing
park
about
inside
Pattya
the
that
mall.
they could use some improving. And what is this? It doubles as prep time.
Yeah, 'cause I can't park in the mall. So.
Hey Bob, why is it so quiet?
Where?
In what you're showing us in Pattya, why is it so quiet? Is it because
Okay.
businesses are shut down? People are afraid, or
Well,
Because
first
there's a
of all,
lockdown, Chucky.
even during the time when Pattya was booming, before 10 o'clock, there's nothing happening. But now, in particular, since it's a Wednesday, if it was a Friday, there would be maybe 10% more people. Not much now because of COVID, because people can't come into Chonburi.
All right. It's a pain in the ass to get in and out of the province now, Chuck.
Oh, okay.
You have to have documentation. You have to have a reason to go and a reason to get out. There needs to be a reason, because they've got it as a red zone. And I don't know how many are still red zones right now. I think it was 5 before. But they're talking about at the end of the month, they're going to just open it up and change it to like an orange zone, which means you have access to go in and out without having to have all these documents.
That's good they do that, because the USA has not done that. We've been able to get in our cars and go everywhere.
You know why, though?
And
Because
fly too.
But this is one city. This is Pattya.
Well, that's because you guys have
city.
guns in the U.S.
Huh?
That's because you guys have guns in the U.S.
No, that's not why. Why? The reason is because you're talking about Pattya. It's and there's only a couple of ways in and out. It's very easy for them to do checks and that kind of thing. And even then, it's still not that easy for the police to keep track of everything. But when you're talking about a whole state, that's a bit different. I mean, you're talking about a much larger endeavor for police and for health officials to have to deal with that. I don't think it's something that they're really capable of doing, unless it's all right. Listen, if you're on the street, you get shot, kind of thing. And I don't think we're at that point, nor do I think we'll get to that point. You know,
My point was that if they try to shut down everything, they'll end up the same way as Norway. They'll have these horrible riots. So, and that's not the way here. People understand here, hey, the government is trying to do what they can.
Right. Yeah.
And they cooperate.
Yeah, but I think that's one thing is that the Thai people do trust their government. For better or worse, they trust the government.
Well, it's
I trust the government
now.
actually.
It's less corrupt.
Huh?
It's definitely proven now. It's less corrupt than the U.S. one.
Well, here's the thing, okay? When you talk about corruption in Thailand or whatever, it's not viewed as the same way as it is in the United States. It's a part of doing business. It's just like in the Myanmar, it's viewed as tea money. You know, it's like, hey, do you have a little gift for me? Do you have a little something for me? And it's basically because some of these officials, they're not making much money. Hey, you help me, one hand washes the other, that kind of thing. In the United States, it's viewed quite a bit differently. And I've gone over this quite a bit in the past, but, when it's working in your favor, then it's great. I mean, you think it's great, right? But when it's not working in your favor, then you see, hey, why is it like this? It doesn't have to be this way. I mean, when money is taken away from a project and put in the pocket of, say, the people who it shouldn't, maybe the region's top officials, and the money goes in their pockets as opposed to going into a project, and then the project suffers, say like Sukhumvit Airport, then that's when it really becomes a negative. But a lot of times it's a cost of doing business. Think about all the bars that are in like Nana Plaza or down in Pattya. They gotta pay the police. Police are getting something. You know what I mean? So it's not like it never happens, and it's just viewed as a cost of doing business.
Well, each vendor that's on the street has to pay money. Each beggar on the street is paying
you always have to pay for a license or whatever. So listen, Chuck. I know you're in the dark, but we want a little something out of you here. Question for Chuck: out of the 100 countries, which one is your favorite to live in?
I can't say that I have a favorite country.
He hasn't lived really in anywhere but what, Thailand?
Yeah.
I mean, you visited a lot of places.
Countries, though.
You visited many countries.
Well, a good example. Like I've been to the Philippines about 35 times.
Yeah. Okay.
And about 12 times I've been to Korea.
Yeah, but how long did you stay each time?
I wasn't living there. I was staying in hotels.
That's my point. So the point is that living somewhere and visiting is different. Just like I've been to the Philippines many times. I've been to Cambodia probably 52 times, something like that. Mm-hmm. And I know that while I've been there and I've stayed there for a month, a couple of weeks at a time, it's not the same as when you're living there and you've been there for a couple of years and you start to see the intricacies of living in a place and what it involves and, what you might not have thought of. Let's see here.
Yeah, I'm actually going to experiment with living in Taiwan when the pandemic is over. And I spent 2 months there before the pandemic started. Mm-hmm. And I like it because it has really clean air. The prices are not as cheap as Thailand, but pretty cheap. transportation system is really convenient and very cheap, cheaper than Thailand. And also they go Dutch there. Hardcore, they're into going Dutch.
It's also very
It's in their culture, huh?
It's a well-run country.
Yeah.
When I went there for business, it was amazingly just, they're really good at business.
And you know what? People talk to me about political systems, and we've heard about Bernie Sanders and democratic socialism, like in Norway and Sweden. And I always tell people I like Asian democratic socialism. Taiwan has healthcare, but their taxes are half that of the USA.
But they're much smaller than the United States as well, which is part of the issue.
Yeah, no, but it's
not
their
as
culture that they
either.
believe in doing things cost effectively.
See, the problem in the U.S. is that corruption has become mainstream politics. There's not one politician whose thought is, I'm going to get in office to help the people. No, their thought is, I'm going to get in office to become a millionaire and do as little work as possible.
What's that building on the right, Bob? The green one.
The green one on the right? Right here, we're at the
we're near the pier.
The pier. Sorry, Valley High Pier.
What's that building?
That's the where you buy your tickets for the pier.
Oh, okay.
Hang on, I gotta get the gimbal back to life.
Cool.
Heading over to Jump TM up this hill if you go around further.
Hang on 1 second. Let me deal with something here. He says, "Why do I have a $800 food bill?" I never said I. Wait a minute. I never said I had. I don't believe I said I had an $800 food bill. I said it was about $600. And even if I did have an $800 food bill, I got 4 people living in my house. That works about $200 a pop. That's not very bad. Now, go fuck yourself.
That's right. I mean, you don't spend anywhere near as much as I do. And I don't even pay rent because I own my place.
There you go. So, I mean, listen, whatever. Let's just move on past that. It's another stupid another dumb fuck. Hang on here. Let me see something here.
Well, it looks to me like they've opened up some of the massage parlors here.
Well, they were asking to do so, and they did so they're in Pattya. They've been asking to do so. I just saw something about it this morning, but they have opened the massage parlors here in Bangkok, so I don't see why they wouldn't open up in Pattya, especially with the numbers that they've been having recently.
I only saw one open, and it's like 11 o'clock already, so they should start opening if they're going to, but as you can see from the street here, it doesn't look like they're all opening. So maybe that.
No, but aren't you going to the coffee shop?
Well, that looks like the coffee shop I was going to, the one at the very end of Beach Road, close to Walking Street, the Starbucks, the double-decker Starbucks. I think that one's out of business now. So I'm going to go back now, all the way back to Pattya Klang, so I can go to the one at. That has the beach, or I can go to the one in Central if I can find a parking spot.
Listen, I just saw something here. We got 44 thumbs down. If you don't like this format, if you don't like this, the stream with me bringing people on, if you don't like me walking around, if you just don't like me, leave a thumbs down and then get the fuck out and don't watch and don't bother, wasting your time on my channel. That's the only thing I got to say. I mean, really, I don't take it personally at all anymore. I used to, but I don't anymore. So keep leaving those thumbs down because you know what? I keep getting paid, motherfucker. That's the way it works. Keep leaving them thumbs down. Thank you, Richard. Thank you. Huh? What was that? Thank you, Richard. Choke D. Choke D. What were you saying? I'm sorry, Bob. I didn't hear you.
I said it takes just as much effort to leave a thumbs down as a thumbs up. So that's
no,
good.
but
they
feel good about putting those thumbs down because for whatever reason, I don't know. Listen, if you just don't like me, I don't care. Go leave a thumbs down. But when I see that kind of mass negativity, And that's what it is. I guarantee you, probably 20 of those, 30 of those will drop off a day or two after the stream. They'll all be gone because there's somebody who's doing that purposely. They are a group of people, whatever it is, and they do that purposely, and that's fine. Like I said, it doesn't matter because I keep getting paid. That's what you may not understand is while my numbers, the subscription numbers, have not gone all up all that much, the view numbers have gone up dramatically. So thank you very much for that, and thank you for your thumbs down. I really do appreciate them. Mike Clinton, thank you very much. Appreciate that very much. Choke D to you and to yours. I hope everything's going well with you. Let me go here. Let me see what we got here. What is this here? Want to visit Taiwan? Oh, wait a minute. I didn't mean to skip over here. The only concern with Taiwan now is the CCP is getting more aggressive with fighter planes. Yes, I saw that, and that's not good. And China can say whatever they want about we have the right to this, we have the right to that. Well, what's going to happen when the world says, fuck you, China, we have the right to kick your ass as a group of, countries. We're going to get together and beat the shit out of you. Then China's going to cry about it? No. Listen, if they really want all this kind of agita, then, they're causing it themselves. And, I never think that the United States should go out of their way and get involved in other countries' affairs. It's just like, I don't want to go and tell Chuck how to live his life. He doesn't tell me how to live mine. Boy Dog Cowboy doesn't tell me how to live my life. I don't tell him. We keep out of each other's personal business like that. And if we want advice, we ask for it. And you would think the same way, but governments don't operate the same way as individuals do, But thank you again, Mr. Richard Gallagher. Appreciate that. They are pushing and staking their claim on Taiwan, or at least trying. Yeah. Want to visit Taiwan before CCP invades them. I think you have Chinese bots for talking about the CCP. Well, I don't care. I welcome. Fuck you, China. Fuck you, CCP.
One of the things you need to understand is Taiwan is the world leader in semiconductor manufacturing. They have the smallest nanometer processes, and the majority of silicon that's produced for compact devices like iPhones and other things are all coming from Taiwan. Mm-hmm. And China wants that because if they do that, they control the world's semiconductor population.
Listen, everything comes back around, all right? World powers eventually are no longer world powers. Conquerors get conquered. Something's going to come back and bite them in the ass. I'm confident of that. However, it may not be in my lifetime. And, if things ever get too bad, there are ways around just about everything. And I used to think like, hey, when a war is going on and you're in trouble like this, what am I going to do? Very seldom is there nothing you can do. Now, in some places, like in Syria, where some of the people don't have any money at all, they have no way of getting around, they're controlled at and in China as well, in some places, there is nothing you can do. But at least for now, as Westerners, most of us have some option. It may not be the option you want, but you know what? It's a better option than being under the thumb of the CCP. And we are already under the thumb of the CCP, but just not physically. You know what I mean? Like you said, with the semiconductors and everything else they've got, and they're buying up property and land everywhere and that kind of thing. We are already under their. They already control a lot of, like, Australia and many places in America. And so, they control the movie industry in many ways. So there's a lot of things. Yeah. I mean, when you got to start, and this is the thing, and I just saw something the other day, yesterday, day before, about how the American public or something, or America is being muted because big tech doesn't want them to be able to speak about certain subjects. Which is like, who would have thought? I would have never thought this as a kid growing up. I would have never thought any of this would happen. But for now, we've got Robert there in Pattya,
Mm.
and that's a good thing. Even though we're in a parking lot,
Well, we're going out.
we got-
We're going to the Starbucks.
we're going to Starbucks. We got Bum Gun Chuck. I mean, listen. If anything, while Chuck is a knowledgeable guy, the fact that he is Bum Gun Chuck, that makes him a great character and a great addition to this show. We got Soy Dog Cowboy, who, as always, he's got a little bit of everything to offer. We got a great little cast here. This is the fucking Seinfeld of.
It's a really big shoe here.
We got a really big show.
Hey, that is a damn good impersonation.
Yeah.
You know, if you
That's really
you
good
keep
again.
going like that, you can have
You
your
can only
own.
do it
you can
once,
have your
like
own whack
Daffy
pack.
Duck.
Okay, that was
Wait
great.
a minute. What was that? Sorry, excuse me, Robert. What did you say?
I said you can have your own whack pack like Stearns.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess. I mean, there you go, Chuck Wow. That's his nickname. That was his nickname. Chuck Wow. His name is Chuck.
Wow.
And Chuck Wow, in case you don't understand Thai, Chuck Wow means to jerkin the gherkin.
It means pull the kite.
So, that's something else. Listen, I got to tell a quick story while we're making our way to the coffee shop. There was a Dutch couple. I hung out when I used to go to the Netherlands and train in Muay Thai there many, many years ago. I met a guy, and I'm still in contact with him. I talked to him once a year or so. But he had a girlfriend at the time, and they came over to Thailand, and I let them stay at my pad. I had this house at the time, and they stayed there. And then we wanted to go out one night. We were in Nong Khai, and they wanted to go out, so we found this little place, and it was a handful of Thais. The place was kind of empty. It was like a Wednesday night or something. We go in. The girl didn't speak any. She didn't speak any Thai. He didn't speak any Thai, and I had taught them that Chuck Wow meant to jerk off. They'd ask, what are some of the bad words? I said, well, you don't want to say these things, and they also knew choke D. Now we got plastered. We went out. We got shit faced. We're out. We're dancing in the club and everything, and the girl, she had massive breasts. She's wearing like a tank top, and they're flopping around. So all the Thai guys in the place were going nuts, and they're telling her, Chongeo, choke D, and that kind of thing, right? We're all having a good time. Finally, one of the times, I don't know what happened to her. She was drunk. We were all drunk. She clicks glasses with the guy, and she said, Chuck Wow. And and all the people in the place kind of looked, and for a woman to say that to a Thai guy, and then the thing is, she was flopping around everywhere. It wasn't exactly flopping; she was pretty firm. She was big and firm. She was put together. But yeah, that was pretty funny. I had to just tell that little story there.
That's very
All
funny.
right, what is this here? All right, let me see here. We're walking now, I guess. The advantage of 600. People go crazy killing each other. New Rogan-like show. Well,
Yeah, I think so.
Rogan says monkeys. I say we're like ants. Mr. Richard says hi, Chuck.
Hey,
You're getting a
Mr.
greeting there.
What do you want me to buy?
No.
Yes.
Sorry. Bruce, the Whack Pack. Bob, are you going to the Rap God? No, don't let him go to the Rap God. Whatever he does, don't go there. Cannot.
God.
The Rap God restaurant.
Fortunately, we don't have any of those in.
They got some really good restaurants there in Terminal 21. I was surprised.
So this is very much slower than the USA. It's
Listen, Chuck, I went to Siam Paragon the other day. I don't know if you saw that or not, but there was absolutely
I just talked with my friend.
Really? Wow.
I talked with my friend. It's what's it called?
It's really sad.
Talk.
Video talk.
Video talk. Video check. So
Chat.
I'm gonna go to
Chat.
Starbucks. I go to Starbucks.
All right.
Yeah, you
Oh,
thought
so
they had control where you
rented
were.
Jake? Is that a rented Jake
Huh?
asking you what you're doing?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Benny, how you doing? Bum Gun Chuck, you got another fan. See, listen, Bum Gun Chuck, you're not going to be able to walk around Thailand when you get here. Everybody's going to go, you're Bum Gun Chuck. And you're Soy Dog Cowboy.
Can you imagine he came up and
Crazy.
said that?
It's going to happen. Listen, it happens to me. It's going to happen to you.
You know what? I saw you say, and you mentioned Bum Gun about 2 days ago or 1 day ago. And I thought, who the fuck is Bum Gun Chuck? Is that me?
It's you, baby. Who is walking in the mall? That is Pattya Bob.
You did not ask me for permission to name me Bum Gun Chuck.
Well, usually when you get a nickname like that, buddy, you don't get permission. You don't get asked permission.
But it's
I mean, it's pretty funny, though. I mean, you got to say, listen, if somebody named me Bum Gun Scott for that particular reason, I don't think I would be irritated by it. I think I would laugh at it. It's good you can laugh at yourself. So,
yeah.
You know.
Oh, no. The machine went crazy.
I sent Scott a message. Who is Bum Gun Chuck? Is that me?
That's you, man. You're the star now. I think Longhorns is either walking his dog or he's just listening here. He's pissed off because I might be cutting into his gun smoke time.
I want to go to Starbucks so I can find it here. Starbucks?
Well, I gotta get it. You know what, Chuck? You gotta send me a picture, and I'll have somebody do an outline of your face and everything, kind of like my shirt that says "I don't hate people." And then what I'll do is I'll put big letters like under your face. It'll say "Bum Gun Chuck."
Okay.
You could say "Bum Gun Chuck." Chuck. No, I don't know. I don't think you want Chuck Wow on the front of your shirt. Yeah.
Shit! I should have taken the escalator.
There's somebody else that said we need a shirt for you, Chucky. We're gonna have to get you a Bum Gun Chuck shirt. Soy Dog Cowboy, what you got to do is you got to get your face out there, and then add some like in the line where they have the little doggy face that gets added to your face.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to have something like that, and then you have Soy Dog Cowboy on there.
Well, I get a little logo. Yeah. I'm too lazy to start creating videos and just doing
that's the whole. Listen, if you guys knew, and this is the thing that I told Pattya Bob, be careful what you wish for, because once you start,
I know how much work it is. I've done it before.
It's so much goddamn work, so much more than you think. Longhorns is here. Okay, good. It's a lot more work than you think. I mean, sometimes it's fun and it's great, and you laugh and you joke and you have a good time, and you're like, wow, this doesn't feel like work at all. And then sometimes you're lugging around, you're schlepping around town, sweating your balls off. You got raw balls, and you got, you got to go through and have a mask on, and you're sweating your ass off trying to talk to people, and it's not always fun, but that's life. Man with the golden bum, with the golden bum gun. I like that. Yeah. Bum Gun Chuck, and then it'll be the man with the golden bum gun. Like man with the golden gun. And have a Chuck's face with a 007 bum gun in his hand.
That's funny.
All right, let's see. Where does Chuck live? West Hollywood. Now, do you live in the same area as you lived before, the same place, or what?
Not the same place, but very nearby.
Okay.
Like 3 blocks away. I live really close to Cedars-Sinai Hospital.
Well, that's good. It's always good to live close to a hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need a bum gun emoji. That's for damn sure.
Huh.
Look at this. Look at this. Oh, this is the
Making you
Starbucks
hungry?
prep. No, not really, because I see it almost every day. I see it all the time. What's up, everyone? I hope everyone is having a decent day. So far, I think we're doing all right. I think we're having a little fun time here.
Famous Starbucks food.
Venti mocha. Cold.
Some overpriced Starbucks food.
God, their cakes and stuff. The thing is with their food, if you get a sandwich, it's overpriced, but it doesn't fill you up. And then if you have a piece of cake, it doesn't fill you up. You know, they don't have chicken and spinach wrap. They don't have chicken and spinach wrap at Starbucks in Thailand now anymore. They only have the chicken Caesar wrap.
They have you're right, chicken and crispy bacon Caesar. I'm gonna try that.
That's all they have. And that one, what is it? 145 baht or something like that?
Yeah, 145.
Which is expensive for a freaking wrap. That isn't really all that good, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's about $5, right?
Tell the Starbucks guy that America says hello.
Okay, I will.
Hey, Longhorns,
America,
you have a fan. Richard
hello.
Gallagher says hello.
All right,
Look, here's the barista. Here you go, guys. Have fun.
Okay.
Which Starbucks are we in here?
This is the outside of Central Festival.
Okay, so the outside one. Yeah, okay. Which is insane.
What we're gonna do is
it's insane. For the people who haven't been there, this is a Starbucks in Central Festival Mall, right?
Yep.
Right
outside,
outside, there's a Starbucks. Literally 10 feet, 15 feet behind us was a Starbucks in the mall. Like, it is insane. The only thing I could think of why they did this is that they did not want another coffee place to open up in that spot.
Could have been.
You know,
I'd like to know the numbers they're generating. I think in the mall there,
very busy in the mall.
In the mall Bangkok, I think a slow day is 30,000 baht. That's a slow day. So they're pulling in some serious cash. Now listen, Mike Clinton says the cost of one coffee is like 1 day's earning of an employee, right? No.
Thank you.
About half the cost.
Hello to America.
Half,
from America.
maybe even a quarter, depending
on.
Oh God! You have to say that, don't you, Chucky? Every time you go, love, kiss.
They love it.
For him, that's all right. If I was to say that, the girls would be like, "Huh?" But he gets away with it. I don't get away with it.
I say, I say it to everybody. It's not about like trying to pick up on them. I
understand that. That's why they understand, I think. But getting back to this,
service, they're gonna take it upstairs for me.
Oh, that's good. As far as the cost of the coffee versus the employee versus what the employees make, the employees there, if they're working there full time, they might be making 15,000, 20,000 baht a month. It really depends on how long they've been there in their position. But they do have benefits and that kind of thing. If they're just a part timer, and I mean like they're only working 20 hours a week, then obviously that's a little bit different. But they're earning more than that. Listen, things are not quite as bad as far as the earning power of the average worker goes in a place like Starbucks. Generally, they only hire what they consider to be fairly intelligent people. It's not like they're not going to hire some day labor or some guy who's been working out in the field. He just walks in and they go, "Do you want to work here?" No, you have a job here. You're going to make 500 baht a day. No, that's not going to happen. They really vet the people who work at Starbucks in Thailand pretty well, and so they pay them more money. But if you want to talk about people working, as day laborers or something else, well, even that, I mean, there are still people there, or here rather, that are only making 5,000 baht a month. They're making peanuts, but generally they're making anywhere from about 6,000 to 8,000 at the low end. So it all is relative to how many hours they're working and that kind of thing. But a coffee for somebody like that is indeed expensive, and they normally wouldn't go there. They'd go to a place like like Cafe Amazon, where it's 35 baht as opposed to 105 baht for a coffee, and that's an espresso. If you go and get a drink like a foo drink, and I'm talking about some frappuccino, you know, man, those things are like $7, $6 in Starbucks. You're not going to see many of the Thais who don't have money going to those places. They're going to have to have a decent income for them to go, especially to go on a regular basis. And I see a couple of Thais in the Mall Bankabi. They go every single day or every day that I'm there. They're there. Those people are usually business owners. They've got people working for them, and you know they're making a fair amount of money. And by fair amount of money, they may be making 50,000, 100,000 baht a month. You know, the wife might be running one little shop, and then the husband's running another shop, and together they're making 60,000, 80,000, something like that. So they're making good money by Thai standards. You know, fairly good money. Longhorn says hello, Richard. Tom wants to come here. I know you're probably dying to get here by now. It probably makes it even worse that you know your wife is Thai, so you got to think about that every day. You're like, damn, I wish I was there. Yeah, this is a pretty good view here, eh? Benny, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Appreciate it very much. Choke D. How much is a Starbucks coffee? No, it's not usually 250 baht. And espresso.
Well, I can tell you what I paid today.
Go ahead, please.
Okay. For a mocha and a shot, it was 180.
Yeah.
For the wrap was 145.
Okay, so 180 is $6. 145 is almost $5. Okay, so you're talking about $11 for a little wrap, and it's not a little wrap, but it's a wrap for a wrap and a coffee. It's it's a what do you call them? Like I call them foo, but you know it's not just your average coffee. It's a boutique coffee.
You know what's interesting is I find that the Starbucks Thailand prices are about 15-20% more than the USA, but of course their labor costs are a lot less. Does anyone know why? Or
yeah, that's how they make a profit here.
Huh?
Yeah, of course they want to make a profit. The Thais want to make a high. They always think, hey, we're going to charge. I mean, you know, just like any business, they want to make money, but they often think we may not get as many customers as, say, in the United States, so we got to bump the price up to make up for it. But also because of the import fees for coffee, they're quite high here. I know a girl who wanted to bring in some Ethiopian coffee, and another one who was going to bring some Somalian coffee. And I actually many years ago, I looked into bringing some, what is it called? Jamaican, what the hell is that? Blue Mountain.
Blue Mountain.
And it was so goddamn expensive by the time you get it in here, unless you're bringing in, you know, like, I mean, just a shitload. And you know, it's not.
Even then.
It's not possible for somebody like me. There is a shop near me that has a 2-for-1 on Fridays, and most of my friends go there to take advantage of it. Yeah, on the 2-for-1 days with Starbucks, there's usually a line outside of the Starbucks and all the way around. I mean, sometimes it gets where there's like 50 people in line, and they have to have a special. They have one person or two people dealing only with the people for 2-for-1. And then if I go up, if there's nobody with me, then I don't use the 2-for-1, or I just tell them to get me 2 of the same thing. And then I just have a double shot. And then when I'm done with that, I have another double shot. Richard, thank you once again. Thank you very much. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Choke D to you. How much is for a black coffee? What is it? 140 baht just for a black coffee?
When I go downstairs, I'll look at the menu for you.
Yeah, I think it's anywhere from, it might be 110 baht, but 110 to 140.
I have the menu prices in front of me, actually, from Thailand here. So the espresso, either a single is a 90, a double is a 105. Let me see. Let me get to the regular coffee here.
How much is Americano Venti?
An Americano Venti, Cafe Americano, 125. Oh, no, 140. 140 for the Venti.
Thank you.
My mocha was, with the double shot of espresso was 180, and it's a Venti.
Right. That's and I get like when I get my grande cold brew, it's 180.
So $6, and if you're going there, say 25 days, out of the month, that's $150.
Yeah, if you want just a regular cup of coffee, like hey, I want a black cup of coffee. A small one's 110 baht, a medium's 125, and a large is 140.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, import duties. Buy what you want.
Yeah, but I get the cold brew, and
I don't know if there's corporate taxes being levied as well. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know the whole setup there. I mean, I know little bits and pieces of what the girls have told me over the years, because I've been going, like I said, that one particular Starbucks used to be in a different area of the mall, and the mall, they're always changing it around, but there used to be one Starbucks in the mall Bangkok, and it was in a different location. It was very, very small. And so I got to know some of the girls working there. Then they moved it. I got to know some of the other girls working in the new place, and then they've just expanded. And these girls that are there now have been there for 3 years, 4 or 5 years. So they've been around for a while, because obviously now is not a great time to have to look for a job. But it's with Starbucks in general. Starbucks is considered a fairly good job for somebody who may not have a college education. It's also a good place for them to go to university, and Starbucks will work with them and actually help them financially for school. They may have to do certain things after they graduate or whatever, pay it back or whatever. I don't know exactly how it works, but they do have benefits and that kind of thing. So 10,000 baht gone quickly. Yeah, 10,000 baht is peanuts in Thailand. I only get beer at Starbucks now. Oh, you get her, do you? Definitely breaks the live in Thailand for $500 a month. Mock, still a sausage fest here. Well, guess what? You don't need to be here then. I mean, it's that simple. You don't like it, leave. Hey, listen. Most guys don't. They don't have a problem with women here in Thailand. So that's why there's guys in the stream and not many women. I don't know what to tell you, buddy. Not in Bangkok unless eating mama noodles every day and drinking 7-Eleven waters. Listen, I told you this story about the guy who used to say, "Oh, I can live off of that, no problem. I just go to the side of the road and pick fruit and eat their vegetables. I just pick stuff off the trees that I see, by Chiang Mai or whatever." And I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here. That's how you want to live? Stealing people's fruit and vegetables? Go ahead, live that way, you idiot." And he's like, "Oh, but everybody does it." No, they don't all do it. What was that, Mock? I didn't hear you. All right, so what's going on there, big guy? It's a beautiful view there. It's too bad they didn't clear the trees out so you could just see the whole ocean.
Yeah, it would be nice, huh? I'll lift it up for you.
Well, it's still nice to have trees,
I understand. I know. It's never good enough, is it?
No, I guess if I sat on the first floor, we could have done that. But somebody suggested coming upstairs.
Don't put yourself out. There you go. It's still a beautiful view. Listen, when you can see palm trees in the ocean behind it, that's good. Listen, I've been looking around for places to go, man. Down on some island. I've been talking to my wife every single day about it. We talk about it all the time. About where are we going to go? What are we going to do when things open up? And I still haven't decided. And when we do decide, or when I decide, she knows there's a chance it may be me and the kids going somewhere, and she's going to be hanging out for a while, and then she's only going to be able to come when she's able to, not when she doesn't have to go into the office. So. Whatever. She's okay with it, and the boys, they're studying at home. And I do think they're going to be studying here for at least another couple of weeks, if not a month or so. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, look at that lovely view. How's the smog there?
There's a lot of haze, but they claim it's not smog. Who knows, right?
Yeah, there's a hell of a lot of haze here. It's actually risen. The level the air quality has become more unhealthy. It's gone up to 117. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Let me get rid of this guy here. So yeah, that's the big problem, and that's one reason why I want to see how do I feel differently when I'm out somewhere where there's some fresh air and you're not in the middle. Because basically in Bangkok, there are places where you are just, when you're out walking around, you're walking around and you don't even see the dirty air. You're walking right in the middle of a cloud and you don't even know it, So I'm anxious to see what it'll be like, because it's been a while since I've been anywhere like that.
That's one of the other reasons why I'm going to experiment with a place in Taiwan, is because their pollution is a lot less. Their pollution is about the same as the USA. Even
Jono, I don't know if he's still around. He may or may not be, but even Jono had said to me that he was, open to going somewhere different, just because, first of all, sometimes you want to change, and then also because of the the weather, and the pollution, the air quality, rather.
But I'm still going to have a place in Thailand. I'm going to have both places.
Yeah, you should consider Songkla.
Here you go, guys.
I don't know. I don't know. Might be a bit too far. Oh, there you go. I got to be able to get back and forth, or I have to be able to get around very easily, or at least the wife does, and the kids do too. And I don't know how Songkla will, if that would fare well for me. I don't think so.
Have you and the wife ever talked about or thought about living in a different country, or you guys want to stay in Thailand?
We've talked about it, but it's very difficult because of the kids, with the boys, and then also, she makes a fair amount of money here, so our life would change drastically if it was just on me. I mean, we contribute to all the bills together, and so if she was to live somewhere else, I mean, the most obvious place would be the United States, and I really don't want to go back and live there. However, there are some other options, maybe, I don't know. I've just thrown them around and tried to think about them. But, there's always like places like Ecuador and Costa Rica. And, she is a good cook. Who knows? Maybe we could open some little place and she could make money from it, or we could make money from it. But, I just don't know how feasible that is. And we're very comfortable here for the most part. I don't know that living out in an island somewhere, on an island or on the coast somewhere, I don't think it would be that bad, to be honest. I'm not that bad off here. The only thing is the traffic, the hectic nature of the city sometimes gets to me a little bit. I just don't want to be in the middle of it. And pollution for sure has really been something that I've been it's been bothering me lately. I thought by now I would have visited many other areas of Thailand, but now those plans went south. Well, some of that's because of your leg, eh? Is Phuket as good as Pattya for the girls? God. Listen, Lupe, if you're a real player, it doesn't matter where you are. The girls are going to be just fine with you here. But I would say that on the whole, Pattaya is generally a crazier place, a little more crazy than Phuket. And Phuket is mainly Europeans, or a large percentage of Europeans. Not that Pattaya doesn't have its share of them, but I think Pattaya is a place that's a bit crazier than Phuket.
I think the best girls in Thailand are the ones that go to the top 5 universities that either are going now or have gone there in the past and graduated, like
Well,
Chulalongkorn University.
Try telling this to some of these guys. I mean, really. Try telling them that, they should get a girl who actually has a job, who can work for herself, who has her own life, and actually is a benefit to them, not a hindrance. And I think it was you who said, you don't want a child. You don't want to have somebody that's a mate who is a child. And that's what you have.
Yeah, I don't want to do an adoption.
Yeah, you don't want some girl and she goes, I don't know what I can do. I cannot do anything. And there are girls like that out there, and guys, they love that. The guys love having the girl under their thumb and totally reliant on them. But, then what do you got? You basically, if you really want that, why have one girl? Why not have a shitload of them? You look happy, Scott. I'm always happy. Just sometimes I may not show it as much as others. I like having a good stream, though, where we have a nice chat. What is this here? I don't want to be an ATM, too. Go ahead.
I like having a good stream, too. As I get older, it's harder.
Oh, God, I missed that. I was like, huh? What are you? Oh, almost went over my head there.
Yeah, well, that's also from getting older.
Yeah, see, I look at it like I want a woman who, like, she wants to, and I always looked at it this way, at least once I got a little bit older. Why should you have one that basically all she does is take? Give me this much money. She should at least have a goal she's aspiring to. Like, I'm going to go to school. I want to be, I want to be a teacher. I want to do something.
She's got to go, Scott, to find out how much money she can get.
Yeah, well, that's the kind of girl that I don't want. I never wanted. I wanted them for the night, and then they could go, leave. Chuck, not talk too much. Chuck, you not talk too much. You talk nit noy. Put nit noy. Chucky, put nit noy. I think Chuck will talk when the time's appropriate. I think he's kind of like sitting along for the ride right now.
Oh, I'm having a great time. I love all the live footage from Bob.
Well, I'm about to go downstairs.
And it's a very nice Starbucks.
Down there with my tray and everything.
But be careful going down there. Small business startup idea could work in Bangkok. I'm thinking massage girl in-home visit using an app. Good luck with that, Pete. I don't think you really know what the hell you're talking about.
No, they already have that here in Pattya.
I mean, they have that already. What's the big deal? You want a girl, and then why do you need an app? Guys don't give a shit about, they know if some girl comes over, she's going to do whatever they want. And that's the thing. If you want a traditional massage, you can get that, but they already have that. So what kind of I don't think that's a real startup idea.
I agree. It's not a startup idea. It's just an idea.
Can a Farang get a high-so girl? Yes.
Yes.
But the chances are slim, and you better have something that stands out about you, like you are rich, you've got some position with a company that is well respected in Thai society, or you're somebody like a singer. I forget the name of that one singer who's half Thai, half
say hello to
whatever.
America. Huh? We have Europeans up here now.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah,
two girls that were on, there were European women.
The guy just has to have some form of cachet.
Yeah, well, it's not only the cachet.
Anybody
can have a girl here if they got the cachet. We're talking about a high-so girl.
I'm talking about their personality.
Not even that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, but they're not going to be in a position to mingle with high-so girls. Most guys who are coming here are not in that position.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, you have to put yourself in the circles where they, like foreign correspondents.
You need to know about Thai society. You need to have some kind of insight into Thai society. You probably need to speak at least a modicum of the language,
Like example, if you're a professor at Chulalongkorn University, your opportunity to meet upper middle class and wealthy Thais is huge. You gotta like work at a certain place or hang out at a certain place. If you
Yeah.
belong to the Foreign Correspondents Club of Thailand, you're gonna meet a lot of really good looking
Chuck
people
is a
there.
very big proponent of that. Even as a journalist before, I never really wanted to go there because I'm not part of that kind of a scene. I don't want to be part of it. I don't want to have to put on fronts with people and be on my best behavior. I just don't want to do it. I never wanted to. I could have easily gone there and become a member of it. I didn't do it.
Well, another good thing is if you're a member of the Foreign Correspondents Club. One time I got harassed by the police and I showed them the membership card, and it's in Thai and English, and it scared the shit out of them. The cops, like they said, "Oh, so sorry, so sorry."
All right, listen. Let me continue with
$90 for
here.
a little bit of security.
I've met bar girls that graduated from a top Thai university. It happens, of course it does. Listen, I met some that. What happened to me? How come? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Why can't you see me?
But now I can't see Bob's footage.
Oh, there I am. Oh, it's Bob that went down.
Yeah.
Bob, are you there? Calling on Bob. Calling on Bob in Pattya. All right, we'll just wait. Maybe he'll come back in a second. I know quite a few. I met quite a few bar girls who, they started up businesses. They became successful business women and that kind of thing. It's not to say, like I always say, if you're going to get involved with one, you need to know a little bit about the culture. You need to know a little bit about, just how Thais interact with each other and what's appropriate, what's not appropriate. If you just come in, hey, I love every Thai, they're so sweet, and you're gullible, you're going to get taken like the guy I was talking about the other day. More coffee, Chuck. Tinder. Tinder's for banging, I think. That's my own personal view. All right, here's a comment from Steve. Long time expat. My wife, a university graduate, just overheard you guys and started telling me how lucky I am to have her. Well, I don't know, but it's lucky. I always think luck is quite a bit different than that. Like, I look at it like you got married to her for a reason. It's like they say, oh, he landed a lucky punch. No, the guy threw the punch and it hit you. That isn't luck. He intentionally went to try to hit you. It's the same thing. You intentionally went after that woman for whatever reason. Maybe she just happened to be a university graduate or whatever, maybe not. But, all right, looks like Bob is back now.
He's back.
P-Bird. But tongue tie. Al Steven. Talk, Chuck. Mr. Richard wants to hear you talk.
Okay. Hey, Richard.
He likes you.
How you doing, Richard?
Bob is gone. Now Bob is back.
Bob's
Richard,
back
thank
on?
you very much. Richard, thank you, as always, for the super stickers and the contribution to this channel. I appreciate that. Now take it away, Chucky.
So where do you think we should go? Travel, Scott? What about the stands?
Well, you're talking about once we get through the whole hassle?
Kazakhstan and all those stands. I've already been to Kazakhstan, but...
Just not Tajikistan.
No.
I don't want to go there. Yeah, I got a bad... And Turkmenistan, I don't really want to go there either. I don't feel like... You know what? It used to be... Like, I really wanted to go to the Congo before. My desire to go there is starting to wane. If I go there... if I ever go there, it'll be on some kind of a tour. I'm not going to go there probably and rough it. And, I do know a couple people there, but I don't think I'm going to rough it. I just don't have the patience, nor do I want to feel like I'm going through a ton of shit and having to walk through fire to be able to, have a meal or something like that. I don't want to have to worry about all that kind of shit. So in answer to your question, I know you've been to the Ukraine, right?
Mm-hmm.
How about Latvia?
Yes.
Well, there goes that option. Well, I don't know. Any of those places over there, I don't care. Just not what is it? Tajikistan and Turkmenistan. I don't want to go to those places particularly. Bob, what are you doing? Are you there? Bobby. Thank you, Richard. Good show. I'm glad you like it.
By the way, Scott, I like your shirt.
A lot of people like that. Thank you very much.
It's really
I
fun.
need to make a shirt like this and that has a picture of my face in the middle of it. I'm joking. That's a joke. I thought it was funny.
Where'd you get it?
It'll say, I don't know. I forget. I forget if somebody gave it, if it was my mother or it was somebody else. I don't remember, to be honest.
You know, why don't you have your mom on the show? That'd be cool. Have you done that before?
My mother does not want to be on a show with me.
No.
Are you kidding me?
No.
No, my mother doesn't want any, no, she does not want to be.
No, not going to happen.
And, you know, I mean, listen, if I was on a show with her, I would definitely, I would mind I would watch what I say.
Mhm.
I would not be swearing. The subject matter would be quite a bit different. It's not conducive for my mother to be on the show. And it's just not. She doesn't, listen, my mother probably doesn't even watch my streams anymore because she knows how I am. And when I'm talking to my mother, I give my mother 100% respect, 110% respect. Same with my father. I don't mess around. I give them full respect as my parents. They deserve it. And so, you know, I don't want to get on and be talking about poo and talking about girls and this. And I just don't want to. You know, they're my parents. I don't need to talk about this shit with them. You know?
I see.
So there's the answer to that question. Maybe Bob had to visit the bum gun. I think he's probably having technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Get on CNN to see what I can. I can't go on CNN because it'll, well, hang on a second. There you are again.
There he is.
I just unsub. Okay, see you later, fuckhead. Good for you.
No, I took a little trip.
Oh, okay.
To what? The potty?
To the nom.
No, to the floor.
Oh.
Oh, you went down to the ground floor.
I tried to. I got about a quarter of the way, then I fell over. So now I have to try to do it again.
Oh, well, I told you, be careful, man.
I know, but there's no handrail on this fucking thing.
Be careful, really.
Really, there's no handrail. Couldn't believe it.
You need to call the Starbucks and have them come up and help you down.
That's a good
Call the
pickup
phone
line.
number, right?
Tell them that the girl has to come and help you down.
She doesn't have to. She doesn't have to do anything.
Call them up
Or
and say, hey,
it would be lovely.
come upstairs here.
Listen, I got to tell you something. The other day, was yesterday or day before yesterday or something, I purposely was being very polite to beer. Just because I felt like being very polite. Like really, really polite Thai-wise. I'm normally polite, but I was overly polite yesterday. She was just, so happy. And then I told her, come here. I just looked at her. Beer, come here. She said, huh? I go, yeah, you. Come here. And I did that on purpose. And she walks over and she goes, you're supposed to say, in Thai, can you please come over? Because I need to talk to you for a minute, And I said, I know, I'm sorry. I just wanted to see if you would correct me. And she did. She was like, that's cool. Not the way you, and you know what? Most of the girls, if you just go, they come over to you.
But they don't like that, though.
No, some of them, they don't mind. Some of them know that this is how men are. This is how people tell them to come over here. But they prefer, obviously, if you're polite about it. You don't just,
You can see the other Starbucks from here.
Anyway, his mom laughing my ass off. Exactly. Longhorns has met my mother. My mother on this show would not be good. And she doesn't want to be on. I can tell you that. She doesn't care about shit. She cares about it for me. but she doesn't care about, what people are doing. They're in their own bubble. My mother and father are living in their own bubble there in Florida, and they're happy with their life and the way things are, and that's good. That's good enough for me. But yeah, to put her on here.
Scott, do you have brothers and sisters?
I got a sister. To put her on is kind of like putting I don't know, like some, I don't know, how I can put this, but it's like having someone from one genre go into another genre and they don't mix. You understand what I'm trying to say? Yeah, if this was a cooking channel, then she'd be on in a minute probably. If I was cooking something like showing me, she would stand there. She might actually, if I was home in the United States and she was cooking something and I was cooking something and I'm trying to help her to cook some Thai food, or my wife was trying to help her, maybe she
they
would
say
do it.
goodbye, America. There you go, guys.
I don't know what he just said. He's talking about barista.
They were saying goodbye, America. Thank you.
Tell him I said rock now, joop joop.
Ugh. No, don't do that.
Joop, joop.
Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Please.
No, I'm a little smarter than that.
Just Jerka and Maya is fine. Anyway, yeah,
I like
world
to say something
collide.
different that not everybody says.
I'm not even going to go there. I want to be polite, Chuck. I hate that fucking phrase. I hate it with a passion.
It works really well. If I wanted,
what?
If I wanted to pick up on
what does
girls,
it work for?
Oh my God, it would be unbelievable.
What does it work for?
They just love it. I don't know why. And then when I go back again, they love me even more. I don't know why it
Chuck,
works.
they love me too.
I have no idea.
They love me too,
They
Chuck.
love you a long time, Chuck.
They love me because I'm a straight shooter.
Yeah.
And that I can function in many capacities in many different situations. And that I'm not stupid. Even though I may come off as such occasionally. So, I guess it works for you, good for you. I say, salute.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you what to do, but it's not my style. That's the whole thing. Your style and my style, they collide, worlds collide, just like my mother being on this show and talking about Thailand and bar scene collide.
Right.
Same thing. Worlds collide. Thank you, Jono. Jono always has a way of putting things.
And plus, anyway, you're married, so Yeah.
I don't even think about this shit anymore. I mean, honest. I may think, damn, that's a good-looking girl. But I don't think, I'm going to go over there, I'm going to get me some. I'm going to try to hook up with this girl, get her number, and go later, and, hey, let's go, I don't even think that way anymore. And,
See,
I don't know.
Getting ready for Chinese New Year.
I used to think that all the time. Well, that's another thing. Do they really want to pass up Chinese New Year there? Do they want to pass up Chinese New Year in Pattya?
I don't think so. They're going to have it, and they're going to bring in whoever they can to be there.
Well, hopefully everybody will come out of that, the city will come out of that unscathed, I don't know.
Now I got to go face Mrs. Paul Blart Mall Cop to get to my car.
Mrs. Paul Blart?
Yes, that's who was trying to keep me from coming in.
Oh, the one who was like, what are you doing? They did that to me the other day. You saw it. Cyan Paragon, they did that.
I know, but I told them, I said, I'm having a video call with my friend, my doctor. That's what I said, my doctor.
Oh, God. Well, I mean, I can see that in the future they're probably going to put some limits on where you can shoot video of any kind or where you can stream or whatever. I can see that happening in the future. However, it happens when you sit down and you do a video chat with your buddy.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying.
All right, Richard. What is BYB? Be right back? No, that's bring your own bottle. Bring your own bottle, I guess.
Bring your own boy.
This thing is whacked out. Hang on a second.
Why would I bring my own boy? I got 2 boys here. I don't think like you, Chuck. Believe me.
I'm just giving you another view of the world.
Ugh, I don't need another view. All the views that I have, they are what they are. Let them be how they are. But I don't need a million more views coming in of the different ways of the world. I think I know a fair amount, and I like to filter them as they come in, you know?
Right.
Good plan.
What's going to happen if I'm streaming in another 25 years?
You'll be
It'll
25
be
years
fun.
older.
I'll be 83 years old. I'll have
Oh,
a fully white beard. And I'll
You'll
still be
you'll be crazy
fucking
just like me.
dapper and handsome as ever.
You'll do this till you're 100.
I probably won't be able to get out of the chair, so that's why I'll just be streaming, doing a little show or some little chat show or I
My
don't know.
friend. Hey, this
Say
guy likes
hello.
you. Say hello.
Yeah, hi.
Can
How are
say
you?
hello?
Hey, baby.
Wait,
What's up?
Wait. Okay, there.
What
Say
day?
hello.
What day?
Come here.
What the
Come,
fuck?
nice
What
guy.
day? What DP? What DP?
He say what he?
What day, Kun Cup? What day? What day? Oh God. Those guys, I don't know, they take their job so seriously.
Well, it's good.
Longhorns, I'll be dead. Richard, he's back now. Thank you very much there, Richard, once again for the super sticker. Very generous of you. I appreciate that. And again, much choke D to you. Much choke D for you and yours.
Well, this is the food court headed to the parking garage.
We're
Then we
headed
can
to
get
the
back
park.
out and then do another drive around stream. See if we can find any humans in.
Yeah, look how dead this place is.
It's unbelievable.
Very dead.
Buy a beer.
Where's my
Okay.
car?
I mean,
I need to
USA,
go-
you know, we have the pandemic, but if you go into the mall, there's a lot of people there.
Really?
Oh yeah, a
I
lot.
need to go over to Tesco and get myself some Oranjeboom beer from the Netherlands. I missed that beer. Gonna
You
need to
just-
go over and get that.
They just, you know, a lot. The popular stores have a line to get inside. So, like, if you want to go in the Louis Vuitton store, you're gonna have to wait in line
Hey Bob, can you
because they can
tilt
only be
that up a little bit?
25% occupancy.
There you go, right there.
Sorry,
Perfect.
thank you.
That's all right. This is all
I'm still
practice
getting
for
the
when
hang
you
of
put
this thing.
get your own channel. No, it's noon in Pattya.
Hey,
But
Bob, I
that
think
one
this is a really good niche for you to do these kinds of videos. You know?
Why is it a
I'll
good
tell you
niche for
something.
him, but it's not a good niche for me? What the fuck?
As soon
No, I'm
As soon
talking
as
the videos where he's like moving around and driving around.
Where the hell have you
I'll
been,
tell you what
Chuck?
I'm gonna do. I'm gonna
Jesus
get a wheelchair
Christ.
because that's what I'm gonna need pretty soon.
Yeah.
No,
He's
I-
got
I-
bad,
And then
bad
I'll just-
knees.
I've never seen you driving around in a car, though, Scott.
No, I haven't driven around, but I have been on the back of motorcycles and in taxis
Oh,
and all
yeah.
that other shit.
Yeah,
But
Scott's
actually,
been in my
yeah,
car.
I was going to ask you, Bob. Is it your knees that are bad? Isn't it your knees?
Just one right knee. I have to go to the
Now, does
doctor to
that-
figure out why.
Yeah. How does that affect you? Like, if you wanted to do this and have your own channel and do it on a regular basis, how would that affect you?
Well, I wouldn't be able to walk. I would have to constantly drive and then use a wheelchair,
Oh, yeah. Well, that's not
which
good.
I actually wouldn't bought the other day.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, the reason I'm asking is because my hip's been bothering me, and walking for me, I mean, I used to walk, 3-4 hours, 10 hours in a day, and I mean, like, of course, I was tired afterwards, but I recuperated very quickly, and now I just don't like. Then I'll think to myself, oh, I'm gonna go today and go walk here, and then the next day, oh, I'm gonna go tomorrow, and then when I wake up, I'm like, fuck that, man. I mean, I can barely get out of bed half the time. There are days when I can barely get out of bed. So, I mean, I know
You're a lot
that.
younger than me.
Yeah, but I got a
younger
lot, a
than me, Scott.
shitload of injuries, man. I mean, I've had knee injuries, obviously a hip replacement, all foot injuries. I've had all kinds of injuries, and over the years, they've just added up, and things are just they're not holding up all that well. Ty's too scared. Chattachek is decimated more from Ty's not going than foreigners. No, actually, that's not true, Longhorn. There are virtually no expats, or I mean, there's no tourists, which is a large number of the foreigners that go there. There's no tourists there, and the expats who go there are few and far between. And the last time that I went, there were Thais there, but they didn't. They don't tend to come in until 12, 1 o'clock. And if you remember, it was towards the end of my stream that it started to get busier there, and it's even worse now. So now, like you said, the Thais are. You are right. The Thais are too damn scared. They don't want to go out. A lot of people are not going out because it's just too much. They just don't want to deal with it, and they're just worried. And so Chattachat, you know, like I said in that article yesterday, I believe it was yesterday, where there's only 10% of the business remaining that there once was. And, you know, I don't know what that's going to mean to Chattachat as a whole, but it can't be good. So let's just hope that, you know, things, I really do hope that things get better.
And what Thai people are not realizing mathematically and scientifically is that with the small number of deaths they had, you know, this disease is not dangerous in their country yet.
Well,
so there's no need
but they
to
don't
like
test
shut
as
down
much
the
as the
economy.
U.S.
Huh?
You know, they don't. You have to understand it based on testing, right? Now the U.S. does free testing for everyone. Here, they just started free testing, and only if you're exhibiting symptoms.
Yeah, but I'm talking 71 people compared to 425,000.
Yeah, but we probably only tested maybe 1% of the country.
I know, but the people that die, though.
Oh yeah, no, I agree about that part.
There would be more
as
deaths.
Far as, no, there wouldn't be any more deaths, but there would certainly be a larger number of people who have had it and gotten better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you look at the deaths, just the odds of dying are so micro in Thailand compared to being in Europe or the USA or Latin America.
That brings up the question then. What are they
So why
counting
worry?
as a COVID death in the USA?
Pardon me?
Let me give you an example. A friend of mine went back to the USA.
Uh-huh.
His father had a massive heart attack. They got him into the hospital. He tested positive for COVID. He died of the heart attack, and they wrote down he died of COVID complications.
He had both.
Yeah, they're going to do that. And the reason they're going to do that is because they benefit from the government seeing that the numbers are higher than lower.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. The hospital gets an extra $20,000 to account for a COVID body than they would if the person died. They wouldn't get anything.
Yeah.
That skews your numbers.
Yeah, maybe they're not getting that here, you know. So I don't think maybe. I think they're not getting that here. You know, if they did, you know, listen, think about Thais are very pragmatic and very ingenious. They come up with ways to make money that most people, you know, they just don't think about it, or, you know, they try to think outside the box when it comes to, hey, how can I earn a few bucks to help support my family? You know what I mean? Hang on a second here. New missing tourists. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. There's no tourists in Chattachat, when the large percentage of people that were at Chattachat before tended to be tourists, and many businesses have shut down. Even when I went the last time, a lot of places were shut down. I'm going to go this weekend. All right, I'm going to go to Chattachat this weekend. We're going to take a look at it. Are there any new strains in Thailand? I thought there was one, but I could be wrong. What's that? Is that Soy Dog Cowboy? Did you say something, Cowboy?
Yeah, I was just saying. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here now. Now we can hear you.
Okay, yeah. I was asking, is Chattachat fully open?
It's open.
That's amazing. All right.
It's open, but I can tell you that the last time I went, you know, I didn't see many foreigners at all, and it was really dead. And then all of a sudden it started picking up, and I was like, wow, starting to get busy, and they were all Thais. So, we'll see this weekend. I'll go this weekend. Hospital gets $39K for that. I thought. I don't know. I really don't know. But Bob's onto a great point. I agree. Chucky. Richard is infatuated with you. He wants to know all about you. How's it going, Chucky?
Hey, Richard.
Should I change it to Bum Gun Chucky, or should I just leave it as Bum Gun Chuck?
Whatever. Let Richard decide.
That's nice of you. There you go.
If I had a YouTube channel, I'd have one follower, Richard.
There you go. Richard, it's up to you. You can call Bum Gun Chucky or Bum Gun Chuck. Look at that beautiful.
More followers because nobody's got anything to do.
Exactly. What do you think? I got more people watching the channel now. It's because nobody's got anything to do. They're like, I'll listen to this guy for a little while.
How many people are watching?
Yeah, I mean, this is
right now. There's only 63. We were up to something like 85 or whatever.
Okay.
But once I start getting over 100 every stream, I'll start to be like, all right, now I've reached another milestone. But it's better than it was in the past, and it's been growing steadily. Over the last 2 years, really. Hong Kong helped. My trip
I loved
to Hong
your
Kong
Hong Kong coverage. It was great.
Thank you. Bob, go to Hooters. What is this?
Okay,
Bob, go to Hooters. Oh, God.
I'm going to go to Hooters, but you're going to be shocked because it's going to be closed.
There you go. Oh, hang on a second.
I'm slow. My gimbal's not doing good in the.
So did you guys hear that Larry King died?
Well, yeah, that was a couple of days ago, Chuck.
Yeah.
Where you been?
Nice man. I met him.
Oh, did you? I used to listen to him on WIOD in around 1973, something like that. He had a radio show at night. And
show us Hooters.
He used to have a radio. Oh, fix your gimbal. We can't see a damn thing.
You see a finger or something.
You couldn't see it. Okay, sorry. Here, hang on.
You're the Guillermo of the stream. Who's Guillermo? Isn't Guillermo on what channel is that?
Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Guillermo's so cute.
Oh God.
You remember
Just
Uncle
for you
Frank?
Guys, we'll go back around.
No, I don't. He's going back around. No.
He was on that show before.
Let me read this here. The USA is labeling all flu and pneumonia, and every other PCR positive test as COVID. No 400,000 have died of COVID in the U.S. Okay, I'll take your word for it. You need to be tested to know whether you have the virus, which should tell you something. I don't. You know what? If I'm okay, why am I going to go and spend fucking $150 to go get tested here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no reason to get tested.
Why am I going to go and get tested and piss away $150? If they want me tested,
free.
Even if it's free, I don't want them to test me. If I don't feel any symptoms, I don't really give a shit. And
it's not free here,
No, it's not free. That's what I'm saying. Fuck, it's
That's
up to $200.
We don't have anywhere near the number of cases.
How much is it in Thailand?
It's anywhere from about 3,000 to 7,500 baht, depending on where you go.
Oh wow, expensive for Thai people.
Now I'm sure you might be able to find cheaper.
Everyone.
I
you don't have it.
Looked around, Wow. I haven't looked around all that much because I just, I guess I should care, but I always practice safety. Kind of like safe sex. To put the mask on.
Mm-hmm.
Where's my lotion at? My special gel or whatever, to clean my hands. It's around here somewhere. I always do that, I always got the mask. I got a backup mask,
60% of my friends have had COVID. It's pretty
60% of your friends.
How many percent have had the flu?
They didn't have the flu. They had COVID.
Oh, have they ever had the flu?
I haven't asked them. Yeah. So out of those people, only one was hospitalized for 10 days. The rest were not that sick. And he was 30. He was 32. He didn't die, but he was very sick with pneumonia.
Hey, Longhorns, are we cutting into your Gunsmoke time? Listen, I love Gunsmoke, and I love Bonanza and Big Valley. You know.
What's that
Valley.
big building straight ahead? What's that big
On the left?
on the right-hand side? That big gray building.
You mean the one that's being built?
Yeah.
That's a good question. It says a construction company name. That's about it.
Oh, okay. Okay, just curious.
Here, we'll put the camera over there so you can see for yourself.
So Longhorn, what's that virus sat right there? What's that? Did you see that? You passed it up. It said virus sat. You missed it.
I passed it. I don't know.
Yeah, Longhorn. So Gunsmoke is on right now. So I take it you're watching Gunsmoke and only listening a little bit to the chat, or you're watching with the sound down or something like that. I got to get rid of my phone. Got to get rid of my phone and all computers. Try to live life that way, man. Why not? Don't you get fucking sick of checking all your messages in your email and looking at social media and news? And your phone gives it to you whether you want it to or not. You don't use social media. Well, that's good. That's a bonus.
Anti-social media.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
all right. So
this is North.
It's a lovely day there. You know Gunsmoke like I know The Sopranos. I can watch The Sopranos and know exactly what's going on a scene and know what they're saying. I know the words that are coming up. It used to be like that for the movie Enter the Dragon. I could. Bruce Lee would walk out and I'd say, "Oh, do not miss. What is it? Do not concentrate on the finger, or you will miss all of the heavenly glory." You know, that kind of thing. Mr. Braithwaite?
It's Lao's time.
Yeah, it's Lao's time. Yes. It's a great movie.
Keep your eyes on your opponent.
Yes. I liked, you know who I really used to like, and I think he just died, is Ron Van Cleef. He was the black guy that was going to San Francisco, and the two cops were rousting him, and they said, what do we? And they called him a jig in the movie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was great.
Where are you going, jig? And what was so funny is the guy grabs his ticket and he goes, he's got a ticket to Hong Kong via Hawaii or something like that.
Yeah,
via Hawaii. And I was like, via Hawaii. Oh, God. You know.
You want me to join this? So great.
God. Yeah, great movie. I think I have that movie on one of my discs. I have that one, and I think I have all the Bruce Lee movies, but I haven't watched them in years, but I used to watch them a lot.
Yeah.
All right, where are we now? What do we do? We're running by the big building here, driving by the big building.
Not yet. We are trying to get there. I am now at what's called Central Marina here.
Oh, didn't we go there? Me and you and I?
I think we went here, yep. In the front, you had that burger from that burger place.
Yeah. That burger was pretty good. All right. Wasn't as good as the burger box in Ayutthaya, I got to tell you. Gennaro, there you are.
And then you have the Starbucks right over here, and it's a nice Starbucks, actually. It's pretty good. Very big.
Yeah, we went into this place. I say Cartwright. Nobody answers. Boss?
Yeah. Who's Cartwright? I'm Cartwright.
Nobody answer. The little hot sing guy.
So great. I'm Cartwright.
I loved Hop Sing. He was great.
Oh, yeah.
He was the greatest.
Who's that?
Hop Sing. Hop Sing. Don't you know Hop Sing?
Bonanza?
Oh.
Yes, sir.
Is he Asian?
Yes, sir. He was in Bonanza.
Oh, he's
He was
German.
the guy who discovered fingerprints in Bonanza.
He's the chef and the do it all in Bonanza. But you know, his name was Hop Sing, and they really, and you know, back in that day, they were allowed to get away with it. They really made him up. You know, he was Chinese, so they gave him the long pigtail and the little Chinese kung fu outfit and everything, and that's what he, you know.
I heard they're remaking that Kung Fu, obviously with a Asian actor and directors, etc.
Well, it'll have to be politically correct.
Well, it would make sense to have an Asian actor to portray that particular character.
Yeah, well, of course.
Oh, but that's racist.
I don't understand why they keep just hiring people.
Have an Asian actor portray it.
We're going to hire one of these, one of those, one of these, one of those, and then we're going to throw them in, and now we can say we've got diversity. That doesn't make diversity. What that doesn't necessarily mean they're the best person for the job, or they are the best person to be cast for that particular role. You know, why didn't they just
that's a big
Haas never have a love interest? Yeah, you know, you would think Haas every time he had a girl. Same with what's his name, Little Joe. Anytime they got a chick, yeah, Little Joe Cartwright. Anytime they got a chick, the chick ended up dying, or something would happen. With Joe, it would be like, or with Haas, it would be like his girl. She had to leave because her son was back east, and you know she didn't want the Cartwright name to be dragged through the mud because her name was, you know, she had some bad reputation because of something that happened a long time ago, and you know Haas had forgiven her or whatever. One of those kind of storylines, you know.
Yeah, this is they're doing. It's coming here. It's coming next year, and it's also a woman.
I thought Jono was pissed off. It's not Jono that's pissed off. He says Haas was always pissed off because he never had a woman. He wasn't getting enough pussy. That's what it was.
He should have gone to Thailand.
Well, he should have gone to Thailand. He could have had himself a little Chinese girl back then.
Yeah, or just go to Chinatown, San Francisco. He could have been.
What were you saying there, Soy Cowboy? Sorry, I didn't mean.
Yeah, the new Kung Fu is going to be on the CW here in the States in the 2021 TV season. So, but they're the main character is going to be a woman.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
why.
It says, set in present day, the series follows a young Chinese-American woman whose personal issues force her to leave college and make a life-changing journey to an isolated monastery in China. Upon her return to America, she starts using her martial arts skills and challenging the community.
Listen, Chuck, tilt your camera down, please.
Oh.
Inquiring minds want to see Bumkun Chuck's head, not the top of your head. I don't know how that sounded, but what's this? He has a few love interests. They died or were bad. Yeah, that's the other thing. He would think the world of him. He'd want to give him this or that, and then he'd turn out to be some piece of shit hoe or something. You know. What is this? Oh, the episode of the Chinese restaurant. Hi, Jono. Yes, Mr. Richard says, hello, Jono. A couple of love interests of Haas also died. Yes. And Jono says, hello, Richard. He had a bad reputation as a cruel dude. Who did? I Am Indian. How you doing? What's happening? How are you? Remember I Am Indian? I was doing a stream, and he came all the way across town to say hello to me. When he was in Thailand. So that is I Am Indian. And I'm going to guess that you're not in Bangkok right now. Who had a nasty reputation, Spaceman?
So you know what I find really interesting with commercials, since I own an advertising agency as it relates to diversity, is that in the last 6 months, it seems like nearly 50% of the commercials have black people on them, but black people are like only about like 7% of the USA, and they're not putting any Asians in. It's like they just panicked, and it's like they panicked and said, okay, just get as many black people as possible for the next year.
Well, it's even worse
so
than
we
that.
can
When you consider
we can
transgenders.
shut them up.
Transgenders are less than 1% of the population, yet every Netflix show must have one.
Really?
They have that?
Yeah.
I mean,
Are you kidding? In Sons of Anarchy, they had the one of their bikers was into this transgender.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen it. Oh, I
And
don't
it was
think
really
that's why Biden has
transgenders
one.
are
was
less
the
than
guy who played
1%.
the transgender. He was really a guy.
I would
just
think
an average, you know.
I would think that transgenders would be way less than 1% of the population, like 1 in 1,000.
Yeah, that's what I
or
said.
something.
I said less
Yeah.
than 1%.
Oh, okay.
But even Biden had to put one on his cabinet. They're less than 1%, but their voices
He
are
didn't have to do
louder.
anything. He didn't have the balls to say, no, I don't want that person in my cabinet. That's what it was. Because if he didn't,
can't
then they
say
want to pressure him and say, you're not, you don't, feel for our cause or whatever, I say Cartwright is from Seinfeld. Hang on a second there, Robert. I'm sorry. I say Cartwright. I'm in New Delhi right now. I kind of figured you were back in India right now, considering all things going on there.
Mr. New Delhi, I love your country.
Yeah, I remember now, Longhorns. Tweeners. They also cite more mixed race couples on commercials than the mixed race statistics show. Why is everybody so fucking sensitive about this shit, man? It's like reversed to the extreme.
Exactly.
I understand you want to be inclusive.
You won't find one show on Netflix now that doesn't have one homosexual sex scene.
That's not true. Come on.
Just about. Take a look.
I don't subscribe to Netflix, so I don't know.
Well, it depends what you call.
Well, there you go.
At least kissing.
Now, I don't know if it's that extreme.
Well, but at least.
Well, the commercials though that I'm watching on regular broadcast TV and cable TV seem to me like they're 45% black. That's high. Considering the population, and they're not. There's no Asians. It's like you don't see any Asians at all. But the Asians.
Hold on a second. Hold on 1 second here. Let me speak here. I'm wondering when is the time going to come when, like, on a stream like this, people are going to start complaining because I don't have somebody who's black or somebody who's Asian in my stream. I mean, Chuck is gay. He's openly gay. And, like I said earlier, it doesn't matter to me. What he does in his own life is his business. He's not forcing anything on me. So more power to him. Be happy. However you want to be. That's how I think. That's my own thinking. However, if somebody comes in and says to me, you must have a black person, an Asian person, a Caucasian, which that's not going to happen, and you should have somebody from the gay community or what is it, LGBT, ZYX, whatever. The alphabet division. And they started telling me that. I'd be like, all right, it's time for me to go. I got to get off. I can't do this anymore.
But they're not going
to. Nobody should force me. Listen, if it naturally occurred where somebody who was a person of color who wanted to be on my channel, I'd be more than willing. If somebody who was Asian of any nationality, I'd be more than willing to have them on. Within reason. It depends on who they are and if I know them.
And I think the commercials should be diverse, but if it ends up being like where there's no Asians and 500% more African Americans than there are in the population, it's kind of like doesn't feel like it feels like a panic reaction.
Well, that's what Harvard did.
I think Harvard
limited the amount of Asian students.
What's that?
Harvard limited the amount of Asian students. They were sued for it. It went to the Supreme Court.
Yeah,
what happened with that case, by the way?
I don't think they agreed to listen to it.
Oh, okay.
I think if I remember correctly, that they actually won, but they still had Harvard still has the ability to use the diversity to get as many different student types in. Listen, the Jewish population, went through this in the 50s, and they probably still do it now, which is they wanted to limit the amount of Jews that were in Harvard. So
did the
Tell me
Irish,
about it.
the
I'm Jewish, you'd
Italians.
be
Every
surprised.
nationality has gone through it at one time or another in the United States. Think about that. It always happens. It's a matter
There's a
of
big difference between a
equilibrium.
nationality and a religion.
I understand that. I do understand that. Obviously, there's a huge difference, but we're talking about. I thought we were talking about nationalities. He brought up Jewish, but or race or whatever. Hang on a second here. I am Indian says thank you to Bumgun Chuck because he loves his country, and then Longhorns, of course, says you love every country, Bumgun. And I don't know any countries that Bumgun Chuck doesn't like. I
even love North Korea.
Yeah, well, that one I'm not going to go there with you because
I'm taking Scott to North Korea, by the way.
No, you're not. I'm not.
No, you said you would go. You said you would
that
go.
was back then. It's different now. I don't want to go now
How is it different?
because there's a different president in power. And also, I just don't want to go there, to be honest. I really don't want to go to a place that feels the need to cater to their own needs. In order for you to be able to see their country, you need to go with a guide. You need to have a fixer, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to deal with that bullshit. Now, what is that?
What does it look like?
Scott, I
I don't
gotta
know.
tell you, my phone's running out of battery here.
I thought you charged it up.
I did, but it's down to almost zero now. And if I plug in the charger thing, then I can't use the gimbal.
You see? I thought you got, what gimbal are you using?
The 3.
I thought that one you are able to plug in the gimbal.
Yeah, but if I plug it into the gimbal and it spins around, it pops the phone right off the gimbal.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's the 4 that I'm thinking of.
I can
but
try that. Let me see what happens.
Yeah, see what happens. Let's see here.
I haven't tried that. It's a good test. It's the test channel now, right?
Do you like it, Pattya Bob? Like what?
Do I like Pattya? You bet.
Oh.
I wouldn't.
We
live
love
back in
Chucky.
USA unless I had to.
You see, I bring everybody on. You guys are all going to be stars now. You don't know that. You're going to be bigger. You're going to blow up, and I'm going to be going, can I get some of your scraps, please? Can I have the leftovers? Will you put me on your show? That's what's going to
I'll
happen.
put you on our show.
Oh, God. What is this?
If I were to have a show, you'd definitely be on it, believe me.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Because Asians aren't complaining. Okay.
One day we'll have to have a really funny show.
I am black, rich black. Okay. That's good. I mean, it's good you're rich. What is it? Healthy, wealthy, and wise. LOL, I wouldn't use my minority status to go to all these upper echelon universities when they're so much harder to graduate from, just increasing failure. Okay.
Well, they also help them graduate.
You wouldn't be able to stream in North Korea, right?
I did a stream in North Korea.
And live stream?
Live stream on Facebook. Guess how I did it? Because I was standing at the DMZ, those blue buildings where Trump and Kim Jong-un shook hands. I was standing right there, and I could pick up the South Korea signal. I saw the signal, and I thought, whoa.
You're lucky you didn't get shot.
And they were very liberal on the North Korean side. The South Korean side, they said no pictures, no video. The North Korean side, they said take as many pictures and video as you want. And my camera was rolling constantly.
Longhorns is half Korean.
Really?
Yeah. So if you guys ever meet up again, I thought you met before. If you ever meet up again, make sure you go to a Korean restaurant.
Well, a lot of the Korean restaurants in Bangkok are owned by North Koreans.
I don't give a shit who
Okay,
they're owned by.
pay attention here, Chuck.
What is
We're
this?
gonna
Pattya
come
Bob
up
was
on your
telling us
building.
how many. Pattya Bob was telling us how many homosexual shows he was watching. Huh? He did?
That's right. Every show.
You watch them all.
I watch anything on Netflix. I'm so bored.
Oh, on Netflix. Oh, I thought you were like going to shows in Pattya watching homosexual shows. I was like,
There's no
damn, they
shows
still
here.
got those going on? You're going to watch those? It's a little too close to home
Yeah,
for
they
me.
don't
I
have
don't know.
anything here, man.
Well, back past the base. All right.
What is this? I'm
Okay,
here
so
for the
here comes the big building.
I'm here for the beer. Are you plugged in now?
Yeah, I plugged into a power source because I didn't have the right cable for the 013 requires looks like a USB-C to Apple connector for my phone. I didn't have that.
Okay. But you're plugged in now. You're all right.
Yeah,
There you
I'm
go.
running. And there's that building, but I don't know what it's going to be. But we'll go around the
You
front
wouldn't
and see
be
what
able
they
to
say.
stream in North Korea, right? If you got close enough to the border, you would be able to. He wants me to go there, and you know what? I'll tell you what. The only place I would go where they make you have a fixture with you, and it's a lot tamer, I believe, than North Korea, is Bhutan.
Mm-hmm.
Looks
Yeah,
like
they
it's gonna
do.
be a
They
hotel,
do
the Sunset
require a.
Pattya.
They require a tour guide with you.
Yeah. What were you saying there, Pattya Bob?
The building that Chuck asked about has a sign that says this will be Sunset Pattya, whatever that is. Maybe a hotel or something.
Okay.
It's probably a place where they're going to have homosexual shows. I had to say that. But you don't. You're going to go check them out there, but you are not going to be live streaming from there.
Does anyone? I know.
Bob.
I know how to say. I have a Korean name, by the way.
Okay, maybe Longhorns knows.
Bomb gun is Korean? I guess
No,
so,
no,
right?
no. My Korean
Bomb
name
gun
is.
Yeah, that's 3 names.
Do you know any Korean?
I know 3 Korean people, and they have three position names, just like you. Bomb gun Chuck. In Korean.
Okay. Because my Korean name is Korean name is Thorai.
Thorai.
Yeah, Thorai.
I like Bum Gun Chuck better.
The Thorai. When I told people in North Korea my name, they just could not stop laughing. Like they just fall on the ground laughing. And
I
South
guess it
Koreans
means
think
something you didn't know.
it means psycho fuck.
And how did you manage to get that name, or do I really want to know?
Because I had a Korean boyfriend before, and I said, "How do you say crazy?" And he told me, and then I just started telling people that was my name when I meet Koreans, and they just, it's a good conversation starter. They think it's funny. Many say, "Oh, that's a really rude word." You shouldn't think of yourself as being that bad. But then other ones, they can't stop laughing. So it just depends.
Let's see here. Let me see here. Ooh.
Have you been to Korea?
I've been to Korea.
No.
Yeah.
I've been to
Cool.
South Korea,
Cool.
not North Korea.
Yes,
we'll
I
get
should
you to
correct that.
North Korea, Scott. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen, I have to run. It is 12:30, and
What did you say, Jono? Sorry, Scott, I could not resist. All right, Soy Dog Cowboy, I can sense that the time for our stream is slowly coming to an end. It always goes longer than it should for some reason. I don't know why.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure, however.
But thank you very much. It was a pleasure, as always, to have you. And I'm sure we'll talk in the next few days.
Absolutely.
So maybe I'll see you next week. Maybe not. I don't know. Hope you're doing all right there, and you're going to get over here soon. Let's hope sooner than later. I want to get through this.
I'm shooting for that October date that they threw out there. That would be awesome. Let's, no quarantine, and, I'll take it.
Yep. All right. I will talk to you later.
Okay, man.
Ciao. All right, so he's gone. We got the top of Chucky's head, and we got there he is, and we got Pattya Bob here. What was that? Jono, sorry, I could not. Scott, I could not resist. I don't know. It didn't come through, whatever you said. But apology accepted in advance. Hello to everybody. No soy dog cowboy, no stream. Hey, what the fuck? Been fun. Yeah, been fun. Been very real. Been really fun. So yeah, I don't really have all that much to talk about anymore. We're there in.
By the way, Scott, if you need to,
Pattya.
if you're faced with any diversity requirements, I can get a black ladyboy to be on your show.
Oh God.
Well, actually, don't you need to be a black Asian female? Then you got them all covered. A black Asian gay female, a lesbian female. Then
Here's
you got them
the
all
thing,
covered.
Chuck. I don't feel the need to meet any diversity requirements.
I know, I'm teasing you.
I know you are, but that's the thing. I don't feel the need. I mean, listen, I don't feel bad if everybody on here tends to be predominantly Caucasian. That's the way it is. If there are some Asians mixed in, great. I'm all for everybody to come in. I'm all for whoever wants to come in within reason, and I mean within reason. Like, I need to know who you are. I need to know you because I don't want you coming in here making a jackass out of yourself or of anybody on the stream. I have no problem with anybody, man. That's if I did. I mean, Chuck, I'm sure you and I know you don't have problems really with anybody, mainly because you're open-minded. And while I may not always agree with things, in the end, I usually accept things how they are. And like I said, with people, however you want to be, you want to be. Look at that view. You got to have that when you're traveling or when you're living outside of your own.
Of course.
Your own hood.
Yeah, all of the people that travel a lot and that live in a new country like you.
Yeah.
They're different than most people.
Longhorns is out. He's got to take his doggies for a dump. Doggy dump time. They've got their own. He's got their own bum guns for them. He makes sure to use the bum gun with them. I couldn't resist. Sorry.
I wonder how a dog's going to react to a bum gun.
He's probably gonna go like most people. Whoa, what's that? Little something that it's like you. I don't know if you saw it, but Longhorns and I and one other guy went over to Cambodia once, and we're walking across this bridge. And it was high up. It was a rickety old bridge, and there were monkeys, all over the bridge. Little monkeys like macaques, and you're 100 feet, 200 feet up in the air. And we had walked by some people, and we had said hello, some Cambodians, and then we went over to this temple. We're walking back. One guy's already back, and then Longhorns is up ahead. I said to him, "Hey, there's a monkey over your head. You better be careful." So he kind of looks up, walks over, and I start walking. And the monkey had run past me. And then I'm walking, and all of a sudden I feel this hand go up my ass and goose me. And I go, oh, fuck. I'm thinking, it's the monkey. And I turned around, and there's this toothless old woman. She had goosed me. And I thought it was the monkey. So, that was pretty funny.
That's
now,
so sad for you.
That's a great story, though, for me. I mean, I remember that old woman. She just laughed so hard, and I went, listen, if her grabbing my tight ass made her feel all that happy, all right, no problem. I'm not one of these guys gonna, call the police on her for sexual harassment or whatever. That's not my style. I just was like, honey, if it made you happy, no problem. But it scared the shit out of you at the time, What is this? I miss Ken in Thailand. Yes, a lot of people miss him. He was a good dude. That's all I got to say. I was too bad. Anyway, Bum Gun Chuck, Chucky, Pattya Bob, thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate it as always very much. Chucky, you brought a unique perspective. You're always welcome. We'll have to do it again sometime. And who knows, maybe we can bring one of your little friends on. So we have a little diversity, but I don't want a black lady boy, black Asian lady boy. It doesn't have to be that diverse.
We'll get a Thai
Somebody
lady
who can bring some perspective to the channel about Thailand. And I mean, within what is deemed fairly cultural norm, in between the cultural norm,
In Thailand, everything's a cultural norm.
Yeah, well, okay.
So that means that gives me a lot of variety. I'm going to be the kind of person that's going to try to freak you out,
Yeah, I know, but that's why we have the green room. So that I can vet these people before they come in. If you bring some lady boy in and the thing's whipping out its schlong going, this is my talent. I got a 14-inch schwanza. I'm gonna be like, sorry, you gotta go.
I actually think an interview with you with a crazy lady boy would have one of your highest video views ever.
Oh God!
Because I just think it's such a contrast.
I'm
such a contrast.
Huh? All right, hang on a second. Hang on. I got Richard. Thank you as always for being here. I hope you enjoyed the show. Chucky, he'll be back. So Chucky, say goodbye to Mr. Richard.
Goodbye.
Pattya Bob, say goodbye to Mr. Richard. Benny gives a thumbs up.
Goodbye, Richard.
The lady who goosed me, she wanted 50 cents. Actually, I was like gonna tell her to give me 50 cents for goosing me. But then I was like, hey, she can have a freebie. I'll give it to her. I gotta be a nice guy. So anyway, Pattya Bob, thank you. Bumgun Chuck, thank you. I'll be in touch, and hopefully, like I said, we can do it again. I hope that this can be fairly regular. At least we have a circulation of guests. We circulate a few guests, and we get 3-4 regulars all the time. And this becomes something, special. That would be nice. All the monkeys love me. I don't love monkeys. I got to tell you. I don't love monkeys and cats. I've only started to like cats recently. And Sid, our cat, there are times I just lay there with him on the sofa and pet him. And he's wonderful. He purrs. He falls asleep. He's great. And then what will happen is he might do something like nibble at my finger or bite me. And I'm like, ah. And then the next thing you know, he's trying to play with me. And, of course, I'm faster than he is. Believe it or not, my hands are a lot faster than his, and I can give him a little tap on the cheek 2 or 3 times before he even, he even recognizes what I'm doing. And then, it's on. He'll be like hunting me down, stalking me, trying to surprise me and jump on my neck. And he's a whack job himself. I've had many short conversations with Michael Landon. He was a good guy. Must have been a long time ago, eh? Richard, thank you once again. I really appreciate everything. Like I said, I hope you're well. Be safe there, with whatever you're doing, with whatever's going on. Bumgun Chucky, I'm going to say goodbye to you. I'm going to kick you off of here. Same with Pattya Bob. I'm going to go through my little spiel and say goodbye. But thank you once again, and we'll do it again. I'm certain. Chucky, take care of yourself, and I'll send a message to you soon. Well, I'm sure we got plenty to talk about, as always.
We got to talk about travel.
Yeah, travel.
Right.
Sure.
I'll see
Sounds
you
good
guys.
to me. All right, Pattya Bob, you take it easy too, and be careful with that knee, eh?
Yeah, thanks.
Yes.
Don't push it too much.
And Bob, thank you for the awesome footage. It really gave me deep insight, to be able to see Thailand.
Yeah, thanks as always, man. Appreciate the effort. It's a lot for him to go out there and do that. So, all right, Chucky, okay. I got to do my little spiel here, so I'll talk to you later. All right, take it easy.
Bye.
All right, good deal, huh? Good stream. I'd like to do this kind of thing every day, man. If we can pull that off, that'd be a coup. Cookie chew. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you have, then fantastic. How does this work? Let me see here. I just got this little StreamYard thing going, and thank you, Blake. I just got the whole StreamYard thing going. Finally decided to oh, you know what I didn't do? That's what I forgot to do. I already forgot to do this. I was gonna do that. You see that? Now my little logo pops up. No more StreamYard logo. There's a lot of other things that this thing can do, and it makes things, a little more professional. So that's nice. But like I said, if you haven't already, leave a thumbs up. If you so desire, you got to counter some of those thumbs down. I mean, listen, my little fragile ego, has a hard time with all these thumbs down. Actually, no, I don't. As long as I'm making money, it doesn't really matter. Thumbs down. I mean, people, not everybody's going to like me. I can't spend my energy worrying about how many people like me. So, that's the way that goes. It's too bad that I know for sure that there are some people that they just want to do it just to be assholes. There's a lot of assholes out there in the world. I'm sure I can be one. And look, it's so funny. But the numbers have already went down in the thumbs down. The blue wording on your logo. Yeah, I know. I noticed that also. I may have to try to do something. But I just paid for this. I just upgraded this version. And so I don't really know everything about what I can do and, the capabilities. But if I have to, I'll put a little white background behind the logo or whatever, the, little black border around it or something, or whatever I got to do, but at least I have the capability now to do some things that I didn't have before. So that's good. Yeah. Hello, Doris. Maybe you can move it a bit. Yeah, I'm going to try. I'd like to move it like right underneath on the left-hand side and move it down a little bit. But, we'll see. All in good time. So, yeah, like I said, thank you very much. If you like this, please leave a thumbs up. And also, if you would, there's an Amazon shop down. There's a link down there in the description. There's a link to my merch where you can get 15% off if you just use the code Orwell. There's a PayPal link. There's a CASHAPP link, which is fantastic. I love the CASHAPP. Really, I've used the CASHAPP now for, I don't know, a year or two, year and a half, something like that. And honestly, it's fantastic. And they're not paying me. I don't get any extra money or anything like that because of me saying this, but it's fantastic. And you can buy Bitcoin. You can buy stocks. You can transfer your money instantaneously to the bank from your account. And it's not really all that bad. One time they said, you need to contact us and get give some updated information or whatever. And I did so. And like within a matter of minutes that I was back in business. So, they're just trying to be safe, but I really do like them. I also like the Apple Pay. Always got that available. What else? I don't know. Visit my website at anamericaninbangkok.com. There's also a link down there in the description. All right, Steve. Yeah, I'd like, listen, Steve, anytime you want to come on, you're more than welcome. That might be good, but, it depends on your availability and willingness. I see Biden and Trump. I don't know where you see them. I don't think you see them on my channel. I really, when it comes down to it at this point, they're just, like I said a while ago, I'm on the sideline watching what's going on. And it's easy for me to be the armchair quarterback. I don't like any of them to be. I have an Amazon wish list. Thank you very much, Marcus. I should put that down there. That would be nice. I appreciate that. Of course, it's very nice. Listen, believe it or not, I do put effort in. Whether it's sitting down doing something like this, or traveling around. This weekend, I am going to go to Chatuchak Market. I don't know if I'm going to do it on Saturday or Sunday. I'm going to go to Chatuchak so we can get a look and see exactly how the market's doing now, because I just went a couple of months ago, and I want to see the difference. I want to see just how bad it is. And then I want to go back once things open up again, hopefully soon, and to see the bounce back. So, all that takes effort. It takes time. It takes money. And that's why I'm here. So that's really all I have. I live here and have lived here for 26 years, Doris. Long time. Almost half my life now. And I think, Steve, if you're still here, how long have you been here? You've been here a long time, probably longer than I have. He's one of the few guys that comes into the chat that's been in Thailand longer than I have. Although I'm not sure if he's longer or around the same time. I don't remember. I think he's longer. I think he's been here longer than I have. So anyway, let me see if I can do this right here. If I can get this all. I wish they have the little buttons where I can. Holy shit! 819 new cases today and another additional death. That's not great. Let me see if I can do this. I'll start the little music here. Yeah. I don't know why I picked this. It was just I was running out of time, so I picked this music. But let me see what else I can do here. Yes, until next time, I'm Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. Until next time, Choke D, Jerk and Mai. That's Choke D. Good luck, Jerk and Mai. See you later. Until next time. And later might be tomorrow, might be Friday, might be Saturday, might be Sunday. I don't know. I'd say probably Friday or Saturday, but you never know. I never know. I wake up and I go, sounds like a good day to stream today. Let me see if I can fix this here. Banners. Brand. All right, so let's see here. Let me see. Oh, okay, I see. All right, so you can hear me now, but the little banner doesn't